There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first match of the tournament underway and ready to go. We are kicking it off here on the left-hand side. We have Comrade King and Lifted Jupiter.
Warning, nuclear launch detected.
On the right side here on Team 2, we have one of the new Chinese teams joining us from the other side of the world. We have names that literally have no vowels in them, so that's I don't know.
And
Are you ready for some science?
ZMDYH. Also, that is a tasty ping.
Oh yeah, that's what I was just looking at. I'm like, oh man.
So we were actually doing some testing with them before, and they hover around 300 ping, but sometimes there'll be like a minor spike or desync and such, and things can just get kind of messy from there. But
yeah, we did do a test. Because I mean, that was my first concern when they said they wanted to play, was how well that was going to work, because they are well and truly on the other side of the world. So I guess we'll see how this goes. It seemed okay in our tests.
We will find out. Yes, here we go. It's going to be fun. I keep forgetting there's a 30-second delay, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" And we're like, "Oh right, so this has all happened." And then you see your chat, and they're like, "Oh, that just happened." We see everything in the future. That's how it works.
We
any
are
Australians in the
become
chat?
the future.
I always say, Australians, they can tell us if the world is still alive. It's like if Australians suddenly stop talking, don't post anything, you know something's kind of went a little bit off. What do we got? Incursus sounds scratching.
It sounds scratching. It's probably Discord. Unless I'm like doing something, like sometimes I do the thing where I get like really close to the microphone and make a lower, I guess sultry kind of voice. But I don't think I've been doing that too much to start out with.
I know that because of the people boosted on my server, we have access to the highest tier of audio. Like if you ever needed it.
I mean, if I really wanted to do that, but most of the time, if I'm using Discord, I'm not using it for the highest quality audio.
These are some interesting builds going on.
Yeah, so on the right side, we have some builds that we would expect from higher quality players. We have some early suppression, quick technology with decent economy on the back end. For example, we have the top player here going for a pretty standard style laser rush with a turbine sandbag defense, and nothing terribly exciting, but well implemented. He hasn't gone anything super greedy with it, hasn't sold off the minigun, hasn't sold off any armor, so it's just a standard going very quickly for lasers. Whereas the second player here is going very quickly for early game harass. He's gone with flak, he's gone with an upgrade center, and he's done everything he can to begin suppression of the other team. And the other team for it hasn't been able to expose anything.
So I'm noticing Team 1, like their bottom player has completely blocked off their wind turbines.
Yeah.
So
because that's not going to be doing much at all, because they've also got 2 Mero and a door in front of them.
So these are bases that you would typically expect to see of lesser experienced players, which we do have some of those teams here in this tournament. The tournament, while it is populated mostly by very experienced players, did have some open slots, and it's open for anyone to join so long as they requested to join and pass the basic needs to be able to play the game. It's open to the community, if you will, rather than an invitational.
I just feel that it's going to be very painful, the fact that we put them up against Chinese players from the get-go.
I mean, it is what it is. We weren't handpicking the team sets here.
No.
I do like this sort of the 2-team play where it's like one is left to sort of build up the heavy weaponry, and the other one is basically given the sort of harassment. I do like that sort of team play. You know, you might not have any heavy weaponry, but you will have the fact that you can keep them on the edge a little bit while your teammate builds up, and then, well, as you see, there's now fire beams in play, and that's going to cause a lot of damage. Wow. That whole front bit just went, nope, bye.
Welcome to fire. Their base will be burned
Team
to the
2
ground.
is building up this lovely fellow down here. I mean, if he holds on, he'll get cannons.
Well, therein lies the problem. Team Team 2 has already heavy weapons built and is building more, whereas Team 1 here, is taking hits from lasers, and they're not doing too hot. Or rather, should I say, they're doing way too hot, as everything they have is on fire. Almost everything
is on fire!
As always.
I must say, it's one of my favorite parts when I come to an Incursus stream.
People like
By the
fire.
way, Incursus, congratulations on getting 100,000 subs on your channel.
I
man.
am
That's awesome.
so excited. Thank you so much. Like it is actually so exciting.
I've changed up
yeah,
my
no, well done,
content, so
man.
my YouTube
That's-
is
Thank
going
you.
through a little bit of a change. But yeah, we're very well done to Incursus for reaching that. That is, so you'll be getting your buttons in.
Well, you know, soon, TM.
Well, I mean, I've seen some YouTubers that get it, or they get to claim it or whatever, and then it takes like 4 months. It's like, and then you kind of forget about it.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that. I've seen it take like 3 years. I've seen it take all kinds of times. Like I don't have any expectation of actually
Got
getting
mighty
anything like
asking
that.
here though. It's like, what the hell are Team 1 doing?
Ah,
I
Yeah.
don't know what this building style is, because it's certainly not even my building style. It's a little bit interesting.
There seems to be a lot of panic building, and I'm not sure what the second player, the bottommost player of Team 1 is doing. They have gotten... Oh. So, for an explanation of why we are panicking all of a sudden and reacting like that, Team 2 is Shockana, which means they can place explosives in the enemy base. Like you can see, this bottom player here has just
caused a lot.
exploded.
Death
There
by
he
shotgun.
goes.
And that is why Shockana is one of the best commanders. When people say, "Oh, it's a really terrible," really, the amount of panic you can install on people is hilarious when it comes to it. You place it down right at the front, particular that point, and here we go. That's gonna another couple of shots,
And that core is going to explode by fire.
Oh, still not.
Yeah, the wood is going to break, core is going to explode. By
Something's gotta
core.
give. Something's gotta give. Your building styles collapses. Well, team mine, at least I didn't shoot my teammate. Cursus, remember that lovely loot map?
Yes. There's lots of
in
friendly fire on that map.
My lovely teammate was on my team and managed to shoot it from the back of his thing, right in at my core. I was like, well, and there we go, lovely explosion.
Kaboom. Indeed. So on the left side here we have 42 Scientist and Nox, whereas on the right side we have Forrest Gump and Alex here on Team 2. We'll see how this pans out.
So Barbara,
And have you noticed that all these maps have been retrofitted with the new backgrounds? So these are the classic multiplayer maps that we've had over the years of doing this, and but now we've got the new Moonshot backgrounds.
Barbara, your trick lied to me. It says it's like if you hold control and press a number in your number pad, it saves the place. It's not working for me. Although then again, some people know my worries and worsomes of my PC not working.
Well, that is what I'm doing for all my screen transitions, and that's I actually have for my real-time play. I have a lot of those rebounds for to be on the left side of the keyboard because I use them in my standard play, the screens. But they do work by default. They are control and
I've got them.
buttons.
They're working now. To be honest, my PC's been a bit. Well.
Incursus, are you using the user cameras? You know, with the control number pad.
Yes.
Is that what you were just saying?
Yes.
And you can, if you like, you can add a transition time to it, so it moves smoothly.
Yeah, I have that
that.
set for tournaments. I mean, in my usual play, I don't have that set.
How
Too
do you
slow.
do the transition?
Yes.
I'll have to tell you about it. It's you got to set a setting in a file.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's public knowledge. It's just I'll have to find where I've put that.
So, well, we're just gonna have to click between them, and then it will look more professional later on. Yeah, 42 is on left. 42 is in fact taking part here. You got 42 down here doing off some lovely harassment with some lovely EMP rockets.
Indeed. So things are going to be kicking off quite quickly. Team 1 here is going for the early game harassment. We have EMPs out of the bottom player.
Mortars.
And heavy mortars already out of the top player here.
Ooh, so much for the EMPs.
Yep, EMPs have been sniped off, but it looks like the heavy mortars are here to play.
What are you thinking?
Snaps.
No, that won't cause the base to collapse. It's just inconvenient. Typically, when you play mortars on this map, you'll want to target that area because that is where the resources are, and you could just keep hammering through and take out all the mines, which will quickly cause that player to fall apart.
And doink. Oh, that is now revealed. That's going to be a bit put.
So team 2 here is trying to recover. The topmost player is just trying to survive. He doesn't have the economy anymore to really fight back. He's just trying to mitigate as much damage as possible. Whereas the bottom player, he was delayed heavily by taking the EMP hits. But, well, he's going for a heavy weapon rush. And he's still going in that direction. So at this point, he's just trying to survive long enough to get out a weapon and fight back. While the top player is fighting to, well, stay in the game.
Survive.
Yes.
If the top player can actually use the mortar slightly, he can hit those mortars and cause a hell of a lot of damage.
Indeed. Unfortunately, he's quite
this flashback
in a quite a poor position.
Oh no.
Player eliminated.
Wow.
Boom. So one player down for Team 2, and Team 2's last remaining player trying to basically survive at this point, like with mortars and missiles, but pretty much. Well, the gunners are going to need something to defend themselves. That is going to hit. There goes one windmill down. Here comes some lovely rockets into the face.
Oh yeah, it's looking real rough for the Team 2 player here. But he did just complete his laser production facility, the factory, and that'll enable him to place the heavy weapon. Of course, he has to have the resources for it.
Yeah, like, he's only got the extra mine down below, but nothing up above at the moment. And trying to defend against 2 players is going to be a little bit tricky.
Very, very tricky. Very resource intensive as well. It was for those wondering, the rockets are the hardest hitting of the hybrid or early game harassment type weapons. They're not weapons that you can just rebuild against. If you do the whole wood spam idea and just rebuild wood, you're not going to be able to rebuild faster than those rockets can keep up with you. They will tear you asunder.
At times. So people just go, stop using rockets. I'm like, no.
They have their time and their place. In this case, rockets supported by mortars is going to be more than enough to end this game.
Alrighty. Hopefully my cam's in the right place now.
Alright, so here on the left side on Team 1 we have Babreto as well as Alex. And on the right side here we have one of the Chinese teams with LZ Jun and Zhang 502.
Hey, it looks like Blamo has joined us.
Hey.
Hello, Blamo!
Welcome to the party.
How are you? Thank you.
Oh, very good. Everybody say a big hello to Blamo's here, who's one of the other awesome developers.
Indeed, and helping out with the tournament.
I am finally here. Sorry I'm late.
I always find it weird because, like, when I've spoken to you guys, it's like I still remember when I actually saw Forza EGX a number of years ago. I came up to you, I was like, I'm a YouTuber, and you're like, who are you?
Right,
It's like, what are you doing? Probably because there's other YouTubers that would come up and say, I do YouTube, I have 10 subs.
Yeah, right.
And that was because you'd always have to follow up with like, I have so many subs, because then people think you're actual legitimate and not just like, I just do this to get free games.
Yeah, back in the day, we had to do a lot of, we had to do, we were always trying to like grab the tiniest little bit of sort of glimmer of hope of getting covered by a big channel. So yeah, it was definitely part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I came out, I was like, I really saw your game and I was really loving it, and then like, who are you? And I was
he's always like that.
I'm a nice person, honest.
That was a 4-day festival. That was a long and hard festival to be part of.
I'm not going to this year because it's way down in London. It's just way too expensive. Plus, I'm going on holiday next week.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough.
My first holiday outside of the UK.
Right.
So I've never been outside of the UK, and I'm going to Turkey, so I might come back slightly more color of this T-shirt. I'm wearing my Forge T-shirt. I might become my T-shirt.
Quite red.
We have though, Alex and Bobarello both having snipers picking off the team on the right there quite a bit.
Indeed, Team 1 is going for a kind of mid-game / timing attack. They're doing for early harassment with flak and as well as swarm missiles for damage output, whereas Team 2 here didn't seem to get their weapons out in time.
I expected no less from Bobarello, to be honest. He likes his missile.
And I don't blame him. So
and we've already got the nuke going in, but the other Team 2 can see that coming.
Yes. Team 1 is not trying to hide what they're doing. They are just going full force, deal as much damage as they can, whereas Team 2 is taking it a bit slower. They're being very careful about it. The machine gunners have doors on them, which is going to slow them down. They have mini gunners out. They're building mortars for returning fire, but they're kind of saving them and going. They're not going for the rush tactic. They're using the weapons that we usually use to burn down an opponent super early in the game, but they're doing it in a careful and slow manner so that when it hits a lot harder. And I'm curious to see how it works out, because if they don't start firing very quickly, this nuke is gonna land. Well, there it is. But the flak is already out, and if the nuke lands,
very sneakily done. That is nice. I like the way the mortars have been done in Team 2. I do actually like that. That is very, very nice. A nice wee trick there. Like, I've never actually seen something like that. Usually mortars I've always seen like in a line, not like that, a vertical. That is actually really nice. They're also defended with a little bit of wood in front of them that they can't be taken out unless, of course, you have an AP sniper. But Bobarello getting actual hammered at the front there. His whole front of his fort nearly toppling as well. So he's going to have to fire off that nuke very soon, or he's not going to get a chance to fire. Oh! And there goes Bobarello down.
Down he goes.
Nice.
We got to get those mortars out.
Focus on Alex, who is... That was a nice
shotgun
there.
blast. So
this is the only thing I'm like, what I prefer about co-op is this scenario where the other teammate could jump on board the other existing fort.
If he gets a chance, that's the only thing.
There it goes.
Oh no, there goes. Oh.
There's no way that he's gonna be able to survive this mortar onslaught. That is way too many mortars to be hitting right now.
Wow.
That's what I was saying. Like, this is not a mortar rush. This is a mortar bombardment. You get out a large amount of mortars, and then right when they're not expecting it, when they're saying that we're not getting rushed by mortars, they hit hard and they hit en masse.
Yeah, I didn't think the sort of sneaky style for those mortars is actually really, really impressive, and it's led to, well, one of the players on Team 1 being completely demolished.
Exactly. And this is the kind of style we see from some of the more defensive players like Narf and such. But Narf isn't in this tournament, I don't believe. No, he's not in this tournament this time around. So it's nice to see this kind of style out of at least some of the players here.
It is nice because like every single Forge tournament there's ever been, there's always been new tactics that have come out, new styles and everything, and it's always superb to see the sheer difference that keeps happening.
Absolutely.
I am hoping to see some Portal play, but I don't know if that's going to be a possibility.
I don't think I've seen portals used in anything outside of custom maps. Generally, anything that you could do with a portal, you could do more effectively without a portal. Unless you're trying to do some
I should probably also
super
announce
lame.
this for you. A really lovely thing, because Incursus won the first one. That's how I probably met Incursus, to be honest. The Fort Survival Series 2 is going to be starting up next month.
Oh my.
Oh, cool.
Which is going to be very Moonshot exclusive as well.
Excellent.
And if you wonder how that works, everybody gets a set number of lives, and you can take lives from players and everything. And Incursus was actually the one that won the first one after beating Quiz Cover. And I met Incursus that way, I think, actually.
I want to say yeah. I think that's how it went down. It was a while ago now.
It was a lot, because everybody's been going, when is the second one? I was just realized how much work I had to put into that thing. I've come up with ways to make it a little bit less tight. Okay, my keys are now not working. Okay, wonderful. Thanks, game. The game doesn't like me anymore.
So
I'm very surprised Alex is lasting this long.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
like-
I'm not sure why he's permitted to stay alive this long. Like, what's...
I see you have a galactic pirate in chat now who has said his alarm didn't go off.
Yes, he was supposed to be one of the competitors today. However, his team has already been eliminated by forfeit.
You're not here.
I know what's
Snooze,
happening.
you lose.
Team 2 doesn't have the energy to
Oh.
keep up with their firepower. So they're just kind of firing every
well,
so
that's
often.
a nuke. That's gonna... Oh. I see Felix is actually going to try and counter with a nuke.
Yeah.
Wonder if he can actually do that. That'd be actually really good if he can. Because if he could at least take one of them out, well, particularly if he hits the front of the first one, all those mortars would just... That'd be quite a painful. But here comes a second nuke from Team 2,
Yes.
chewing away the front of the fort to try and get in. But again, Felix managing to do it.
And even more importantly, Team 2 has managed to upgrade their energy production as well as increase their potential damage output. So there should be more damage coming out of them very quickly here. Now, of course, if Team 1's nuke lands, which is entirely possible considering the lack of AA out of Team 2 here. Oh dear. All of those mortars have been removed.
Felix!
Oh, I love that. That was amazing.
That was
That
great.
was just... Drunk nukes are the most lethal nukes in the game.
They really are.
They're so unpredictable, and where they hit is usually they'll get right under something, and then the thing just goes... Whee! But most of those mortars have been shut down now, so giving him a little bit of a breathing room, and see him putting up some power now. But the rockets he's got to deal with now. That's the only problem.
Well, and one of the biggest problems facing Team 2 right now is Team 2 still doesn't have enough energy production to keep up with all the weapons that they have. They have a lot of weapons.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
This might be it.
I don't know. You should make that.
Oh no! Felix! Not Felix. Alex is still in the game! Somehow is still... I mean, hats off to him. Like, he's MVP of the tournament. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. The Team 2's warheads are reloaded, and they're not... They're just now firing them, and yeah, they're waiting to fire the weapons. Like, the second warhead can't fire right now because he doesn't have enough energy to do so. And that's the reason why Alex is still in this match. Team 2 just hasn't been able to field enough energy. Like, they have the weapon placements.
That's gonna be
is
it.
that going to be it?
That'll
be it.
Yeah.
GG.
A nuke straight to the core, essentially. Fluffy Puffy! Alright, let me just quickly get my keys in. There we go. There we go. We got Team 2, Team 1 already got going quite power hungry, actually. Very power hungry, I noticed. I'll just do this. There we go. So now you can see everybody here. Wrong button. Right button. Balls is good because nukes hell is coming. Do you see nukes coming there in Incursus?
On this map, nukes, the swarm missiles are quite very popular, especially because of these expansion. Because on each side we have an expansion point, right over here, where either player can connect to, and it is very flat and has a lot of places for as many swarm missiles as you could ever desire.
Can you get 8 in there?
It's
Maybe?
something like that. It's more swarm missiles than you could ever hope to have the energy to maintain.
Everybody in my chat is now trying to come up with ways to say the name. We've got Dra coming in here with Abi Ming Yu. We've got Kronk with Obi Wang Ming Yu. Dra saying, "May the force be with them, Obi Ming Yu." Almost sounds like you're saying, "Can I have a menu?" Can I have a menu for force, please? Does it include destruction? The reason why warhead launchers are terrain bound is because they would be too OP if you could place them anywhere. But people have already modded that, I'm sure. You get ones inside, don't they?
So it looks like
snipers I'm seeing in this map.
Lots of snipers, and there's a good reason for that, because Team 1 here is going quite early on the aggression. They're going to be... Oh, they're even selling off their workshops. They sold off their workshops. Okay, so they're going super aggro. This is an all-in here. We're going swarm missile and nuke rush. It's not just one, but 2 swarm missiles. Both players are going swarm missiles and super greedy all in with it. They've sold off their technology. They're going for the upgrade center. What this is they're building swarm missiles. They're going to launch them immediately, suppress the enemy, and then instantly switch into upgrading them into a warhead for the extra damage output. That means that Team 1 here has to maintain sniper control and map control at all times. So you can see that's why the sniper is so consistent around here. And there's a second swarm. Looks like they're Team 1's focusing fire, the bottom player here of Team 2.
Probably the best thing is to focus on one, do a hefty bit of damage, and then you'll be able to... I mean, you've got Team 1 Gluefix here with the constant barrage of buzzsaws. Buzzsaw sound also, by the way, is so good.
Oh, you like that? That's cool.
Yes.
I like. What did you guys take? What's your guys' take on Moonshot weapons in general?
Yeah, I love them.
They're great. They're hilariously fun. The sound effects are amazing. Like the howitzer sound effect is both great and
when you hear that fire though, you're just like, oh no.
It's like, oh god, no, not again.
It sounds like a big weapon. Like it's obviously it's meant to, but you do get that genuinely perfect sound of a good weapon. So okay, the howitzer's in the way and hits. And particularly when it hits, it's just like a proper pure boom. Yes.
I like it when things go boom.
It's satisfying.
If you buy forts, you get a lot of boom boom.
All right, so it looks like Team 1 has managed to...
That's what my trader post will be now.
Oh dear. It looks like Team 1 has managed to get the upgrades off, so now they're going to have all the nukes that they could want. It's going to be a total of 3 nukes for Team 1 here. However, Team 1 is struggling for energy production, mostly because Team 2 has managed to get up a couple EMPs and start suppressing the energy output.
Yeah, because they do have a lot of exposed windmills that could actually be taken down or at least stopped for a little bit if they can get off the shots, because that's going to be... But, I mean, Team 1's bottom 4 has 5 windmills though, and here comes our first nuke from both players. Oh, that's going to... Ow.
That's going to be a hefty repair
so
bill.
Boom!
Hey.
Skadoosh.
Team 2.
Team 2 player down!
Indeed, Team 2 is one of the ultra players, so it's Team 1, the Gluffy Puffy are the aggressors here. The Gluffy Puffy are a very aggressive bunch.
Oh my god.
All right, we've got another nuke.
Gluffy Puffy win this time. Our winners are Gluffy Puffy.
And
that's totally down.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And he's gone. Alrighty then.
Camera here. Nice camera here. There we go. Group 1 already selling off a little bit at the top there, got extra mines going in, and a very, very quick to place down. I can never remember their names when it's not up.
The factory or armory? Or sorry, the armory or workshop?
Yeah, that one. Workshop, I think. I can never remember names unless it's up.
So
little,
Team
like,
1 has
drop-down
gone
menu.
for the workshop, which is the technology that unlocks both mortars and swarm missiles. Whereas Team 2 is, they're not going for the same builds, but both teams are selling off metal and getting quite greedy about it.
Got the
Team 2.
Yeah. Team 1. Do you see it's like going to probably be early mortars in, or do you think they're going to go missile?
Well, there's your answer. Looks like we'll be seeing missiles out of Team 1 here.
Got someone else mentioning. Well, think of Moonshot, but with Thomas the tank engine.
Oh my. Yeah, so
People are
it looks
just going to start making memes.
So it looks like Team 1, at least one of the players, is going for that same missile nuke rush all in that we saw in the previous match.
Oh.
You place down 2 swarm missiles, you sell off the workshop,
Factory
use
at the
that to
top.
build the upgrade center, and it's gonna hit pretty quickly here. The sniper's already down, so we'll start to see some suppressive fire out of that very quickly here.
So we got top player
Team 2 at the
of
bottom
factory.
has
Oh, yeah,
sold off their
factory.
workshop and got their factory up.
Indeed.
Wow.
Yeah, all of these players are playing really greedy here. And I'm curious
It's
to
like one
see
of
how
those
this
things,
is
though,
going to
if it
work
doesn't
out.
work, it's going to hurt.
Oh no, absolutely. So team, this is going to be an interesting match. Each team has one greedy tech rusher, like heavy weapon rush, and each team also has one greedy early game weapon rush. For the Team 1, it's going to be swarm missiles. Team 2, it's going to be, is that flak or EMPs? That is flak.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. So this is going to be a map of constant suppression out of both teams, as well as sudden and very quick death.
2 nukes. Ow.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got to be able to fire both of them, which he can't do if he doesn't have a sniper, which he's having a hard time keeping alive. Because they don't have map control right now. They lost map control, and for it, that sniper, those nukes, despite being ready and able to fire, despite having the batteries for it, can't actually fire him yet. And it's given.
The only thing is that the bottom one is very much prepared for it.
Oh yeah, no.
Yep.
They are fully ready for us. Like losing map control means that Team 2 had plenty of time to regain.
Probably going to have to use the... Oh, let me just... Sorry, guys, I didn't bring up the F8 there. No, Kronk, I don't remember you. Not that you're always around.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh. And
Oh.
Shut down completely, and that is 8,000. There's still 4,000, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
4,000 energy to fire.
Power that just went to waste.
That's
we
that's gonna
have-
set them back quite far.
Still no actual like usage of the factory in the top base there at all yet. The missiles have reloaded, but whether or not they're going to be... Oh, that gunner not getting paid enough. He's just shooting elsewhere.
Or paid off.
Must be Samster playing both sides.
Oh. Oh, nothing is ready.
Oh, drunk
Oh.
nuke doesn't
Just
quite
got
make it.
Diverted right towards the end.
And that nuke is going to
Hit.
hit this time.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
solid hit. Uh-oh.
They're just trying to keep the gunners down, because if the gunners are down, then there's nothing to... Yeah, they don't have any anti-air right now. There's a nuke coming. What?
Yeah, that nuke is gonna fly across uncontested, clear out all the gunners.
And here comes the second one, and off it goes.
Yeah. And that's good staggered firing of the nuke.
Team 2's got a really rough time right now, but it looks like Team 2 actually has their first laser available. They can use it to change the tides here, In fact, if he were to, there's a couple particular positions because Team 1's gotten really greedy. They are not defended against a nuke, against that laser right now. And that laser could actually
if
eliminate.
That shoots through where the sniper is. That
will end the entire base.
I mean, that's asking for trouble. This here, lovely batteries. I really hope they do, because that would be a lovely explosion.
Well,
Not caring who wins
to,
it, just explosions.
he has to have the APM to do it, and it looks like he's not, which is definitely a mistake. You need to fire your weapons when you have your weapons.
Yeah. I don't know why he's not firing it yet.
Yeah, I don't... Like, he's got one... No, he's got 3 turbines, so... Although that nuke is going to...
Woo!
It's going to need to be a now or never. If he doesn't use it, he's getting constantly staggered.
I don't think he's not going to make that one.
That's gonna... That may...
Ooh.
Poor turbine. See you later. Nice knowing you. We also have Team 1 building a laser. Or plasma laser, whatever you...
Well, they've already... Team 1 has already fired his fire beam several times. Oh,
there's an actual laser going up. Oh,
that was a mistake.
Well, I don't think they're going to be talking anymore.
That
Not
was
quite how we
definitely
intended to use his fire beam.
Yeah. So, Team 2 player here with his fire beam ignited the enemy's nuke, causing it to deal extra damage and completely obliterate his teammate.
He's gonna do it again.
That one might expire though. Nope. Nope, not
is
quite.
Is he trying to kill himself?
I think so, and that's gonna be the end of his fire beam here.
I was just kind of wondering there because ripped off. Bye bye.
Alright, so we have Team 1 on the left here, Felix and Kronkinator. You guys know them, you guys love them. They are quite common regulars here in these tournaments. And, well, this is the first tournament that really features the whole capture points.
Capture!
Which is
I actually really enjoy
interesting,
capture, to be honest.
I do too. I find it quite snowbally and hyper-aggressive, but I like hyper-aggressive, so I'm okay with this.
And the first point captured.
I'm going to bring up something on my stream for you folks, because Galactic Pirate has posted a lovely accelerated cow image to me.
Oh dear.
Which is worrying. So you can have that there, and then we'll take it away and there's the game back. The opponents were scared of Kronk. They were scared of getting a cow to the face and they ran away. Well... So yeah, capture mode is a very tug-of-war type of game where you're going to have all these guys going at each other. We do have blue team really went for it and got 3 of them are there, which happens to be Kronk and Felix, actually. You got the Chinese players. I'm wondering if the Chinese players have actually played on the capture mode.
I would assume so. I mean, these are some top-ranked players here. Like, they've been on the ladder a lot. I would assume they seem to know what they're doing with this anyways.
Yeah, and also, I mean, that's been described in the rules as to there will be these maps, so... So
for right now,
they would have
Team 1...
Yeah.
Yes. And it seems that Team 1 is in the lead right now. They've gotten a bit more aggressive early game, and they're really defending some of their positions here to such a degree that they're overstressing. Yes, but it does mean that they'll have a tighter hold on the capture points here.
Yeah, the good thing about this is nobody can shoot your core until it opens up. These blue bits can't be built on, nothing can shoot through them until this number goes down, and then, well, your core is good. Oh, very nice.
We have
a nice take from the Chinese players down the bottom.
The first steal, the Chinese team has managed to... Or what is it? Chicken is too beautiful. Has managed to claim the has managed to claim the bottom players or the bottom capture
They're
points.
trying to do the same thing to the top part, but it's really built up quite a bit. I don't see a buzzsaw really getting through that anytime soon.
Oh, they're
Also,
trying.
buzzsaws do nothing to the grass. Just pointing that out. The grass on the lovely island here is not breakable. That, on the other hand, is.
Can he do it? If he can make it, no! He gets sniped off right at the last moment. So now, while the capture points are even, we have 2 apiece per team. The blue team, Team 1, is still in the lead just because they've had more capture points for a longer period of time.
See if they actually... No, that wouldn't really matter, because they actually need that bridge to connect to it. They would need to chop off from the start, mostly.
Well, we'll
People are
see
now
how
coming
they-
up with names for the accelerated cow Incursus.
Aye. Oh boy.
Accelli cow. Oh dear. See what you guys have started? Got a couple of buzzsaws going in from here for Team 1, wondering what they're going to be able to... If they can chop off that start bit, because really Team 2 doesn't have too much in the way holding on to their areas. I mean, how do they still have that top one?
Ooh, I'm lucky with that.
How do they still have that one? No, they have the bottom 2. Oh!
Ooh, that was
they have
close.
the bottom 2 and Blue had the top 2. I've just realised.
Yes. The map right now is split top versus bottom. Team 2 owns the bottom, even though their control on bottom is highly contested, whereas the Team 1 has control of the entire top.
Oh!
There's some serious EMPs being fired from the bottom there, but if they
Yeah.
turn into rockets, it can really make some make a difference to that armor on Team 2 at the bottom.
I mean, if that snaps away, they will just completely lose all that. Oh!
And the flak comes in. But flak isn't known for its metal destroying properties.
That's a really sneaky buzzsaw.
Sneaky buzzsaws are the name of this game.
Yeah,
But it doesn't
buzzsaws-
seem to be quite enough.
Was the buzzsaw made for this sort of mode by any chance?
There it is.
Wow, well, it's possible. It's very
I
possible.
always wonder, because like this mode, but the buzzsaw is very much like the go-to weapon when it comes to capture mode. People like build, because obviously you're trying to build as much wood as you can to connect to the points to secure them, and then it comes a point where people, what is Team 1 up to? They're building a little
There's a little
dangly
silo farm there.
Oh, that's also nukes are going to be coming into play as well, it seems to be.
Yes, it looks like they're going for the strategy of just completely destroying everything on Team 2, which is usually a pretty good tactic. But
I mean,
to answer your...
the teams can't fight back if they're not got anything to fight back with.
Some spam.
To answer your question about the dangling bits of wood, the purpose of that is to block the buzzsaws. So background bracing still collides with buzzsaws, so you could use it as a defensive measure without it blocking anything else on, let's say, your own weapons or your own snipers.
So I see Team 2 is actually preparing for these potential nukes and stuff, because there's a lot of gunners just getting placed in.
Yes.
You've got a whole row down here. You've got a couple in, tucked in this bit. You've got, I believe, buzzsaws in the top bit there, though. So that is a lot of gunners. That nuke is not getting through.
Well, you know, I've seen drunk nukes dodge crazier things, but I do not expect any amount of missiles to make it through this. Just in time, but that was close. That was very close.
That's probably a B-man question, but if the time limit is reached, do the capture points count to tell the winner? How? B-man? Care to answer?
Never come up with that, but that's interesting thought. It should reach 0 points before it reaches 0 on the clock.
That might be something to possibly test out.
Haven't thought of that one before, must admit.
Probably because you don't expect it to go on in 15 minutes, but I mean, if it did...
I've seen these matches go a long time because the way they work, they're super scrappy and you cannot be spending a lot of resources on things like weapons or weapons that can do damage to cores.
The points. You've got to keep the areas for the points, because if you lose your points first, or if they lose, because if they get that down and then blue team opens up, then your core, there's nothing to stand in front of you unless you build down from the top.
It's very rare that I've seen one of these matches completed with weapons that deal more damage than flak or a sniper. Most of my matches of this... there's a nuke collision. That will solidify their control on top.
Completely taking control of the top there. That is... Now they can both essentially, if they want to, focus on the bottom and completely remove control of that.
Exactly. So that next nuke is going straight down to the bottom where the metal is. But that's still gonna leave... Well, I mean, that'll leave Team 1 with a lot of just dominating control of this map. They were already winning. They have about a whole minute ahead of Team 2 here, which will give them about a 1 minute advantage in being able to eliminate Team 2's direct hit into the core. But Team 1 actually does have a couple weapons that can eliminate cores. Now, most matches of this kind will end, or at least the bases will become vulnerable without any realistic damaging weapons out on the fields, where you have to use something like a sniper or a machine gunner to finish off the core.
It's like you just pick at it.
Exactly.
For a bit, it's like I will pick at it and I'll pick and I'll pick. They're not giving control back to that one. They're just completely snapping off. But I mean, if they do happen to take control or even knock them out to pause their points, which can be done. Please.
Come on.
That sounds terrifying. I don't know if that should be possible. That might be science going too far in Forge type technology. Please make a cow launching accelerated Fraz cannon. The Fraz cannon is powerful enough without attaching a cow and making it accelerate, because I think that will break someone's PC.
All right.
My mind thinking about it.
About 5 seconds from now, these doors on Team 2 are going to open. Their cores will become vulnerable. There it is.
Oh, there we go, and that's them open on both teams.
Here comes the damage output. One core eliminated.
And there goes. And there we go.
Team 2 eliminated.
Right, we have loaded in.
I'll make sure it has a real beefy sound.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Man,
we're starting with the puns already.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks. The beefy sound will be a thing.
Of the Cowitzer.
Oh, there's always something
even right
each
now.
Forge tournament. We get Team Blue taking top there. I say it's Team Blue because it's just to say. I got confused there. I was like, why is there only one person in Team 1 when I do? Because 42 was like the first to main.
Alright, on Team 1 here on the left side, we have the blue team, 42 Scientist and Nox.
Galactic, there's no space for any more spectators because you have the teammates and then
And on Team
Red's
2,
got bottom
we
and
have
middle.
Tom, Nook, and Veltro.
Try to find like a good overall massive camera wide angle so you can see everything, but there's just so much going on.
42 and Nox carrying the French flag proudly. Fort seems to be quite popular in France for some reason.
I'm okay with this.
I can vouch. I can vouch for that because I don't know if you've checked your analytics in Incursus, but French does seem to be quite high when it comes to Forge videos.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm okay with this. I mean,
and Germany.
Yes, for me, it's actually Germany ahead of France. But when
the
it comes
US
to when
is
it comes to
completely
gameplay,
way down.
Yes.
Because we can see our analytics of like who's viewing where and also like what age range, and stuff like that. Although people probably lie about their ages, but the country doesn't lie usually. But it does seem to be that, and also Norway. Norway France and Germany seem to be quite high for forts watching.
I don't have a whole lot on Norway. I think it's just a difference in our channel population there.
Warning.
That's-
Nuclear launch detected.
Finland seems to be as well, although it really depends. Like if you go with forts or like strategy-like games, Finland, Norway, and everything, whee! Everything else is like US or UK.
Hey, thank you so much,
points.
Crazy Moose,
That's pretty
coming
good
in.
That's gonna
with
shoot their
this
points
support.
down.
backwards.
Because 42 and Nox, no.
Howitzer sound is just boom
particular 42.
backwards.
Yeah, everybody's certainly talking about this Howitzer, the Fraz Howitzer. Streaming chat, where ideas come from. I mean, there's always something per tournament that, but this I think takes the Howitzer. Oh dear. So what's that Fraz Howitzer about? A Smash Gaming logo and a cow's back. Oh no.
Well, it looks like Team 1 here is having a very we haven't been talking about it, but Team 1 has got a very dominant performance here. They're just they're fully defended is basically everywhere. They're aggressively pushing onto Team 2's side and just constantly cutting back any amount of semblance of control that Team 2 could possibly have.
Lots of sandbags as well put in. I mean, areas are just completely blocked from taking any damage almost. It's going to be a very... This might be a very quick capture map, unless Team 2 can really start to push out a bit again. Because otherwise, they don't stand a chance.
It's looking really rough for them right now.
I mean, you do have the bottom base, who's not even like pushed out to that second area to at least have that. So very confined already for what they can use in terms of aspect of weapons and resources.
It's a test of your bridge building skills initially, isn't it?
Yeah, the bridge building and map control abilities.
But I don't know if it's just like Team 2 just they feel a little bit like not really doing much in terms of pushing back. Oh,
it's another
that's quite a
disconnect.
nice set.
One thing I like doing in these scenarios is if you manage to disconnect part of the base like that, what you could do is you can connect to, as Team 1, they can connect on this little segment right across the top, and that will cause the, Team 1 to take control momentarily of everything, like most of Team 2's base, topmost base. And of course it'll get disconnected because it has the unbuildable zone, but it'll still destroy all of Team 2's top base there, or at least the top third of it. Which is
There's
quite
only
dangerous.
130 points in it for blue before those open. That's going to be really fast. Sorry, I just read my... People now want to use my face on this thing. Oh, Jesus. The Fraz cannon already fires my face. And it says... I'm pretty sure the sound effect someone used was a Hadouken.
Hadouken!
It's me saying Hadouken. And then if it misses, it goes, oh.
Such a bovine-looking guy.
I love how it's like so Incursus gets everything's on fire and I get Hadouken and then ow.
Shakano. That's an interesting choice. So Shakano,
commander for this.
yeah, I would not have expected Shakano to be used on this map, but to each their own. There is always that opportunity of Shakano doing Shakano things and just ending an entire bridge.
It's like Team 1's almost finished a howitzer build.
What?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's certainly one way to eliminate a core.
And pretty much anything else.
For those wondering, the howitzer is basically the ultimate weapon for destroying bridges like this, because it does detonate on background bracing as well. So there's no good defense against it on this kind of a capture the flag or capture points style map. And
there we go. Team 2 is now completely vulnerable. Are they going to take them down with snipers? They are going to take them down with snipers.
Probably.
Oh wait, is this going to be a double core hit at the same time? Oh, and again, and again, and again. Oh come on, do it at the same time. Do it at the same time, please. Please, make it no, same time.
Oh, here comes the howitzer.
Oh,
That's gonna do it.
Oh,
just
that's
missed.
a miss. One
Death
dusted by
gun.
machine gun.
there goes the Duke.
The other
There we
hits.
go.
Team 1 with a victory. So it'll be Nox and 42 scientists proceeding.
Yeah, I
They
got
are
these from an
impressively
artist.
good.
They're desk buddies. They're 3D printed. It's my logo in the Smasher for Life emote. It is actually pretty good. And Silverfur actually bought that one, actually from the artist as well. But yeah, CB Vision has been posting lots of things. So yeah, he's making them. I think he did say that if you like them, he might try and be like, I can send them to more people, and everybody has a cannon.
Some mad building going on here. Who's gonna get the
Absolutely. It
Oh,
looks like...
Oh,
who's
I
gonna
thought it
get
was
it?
Team 2.
Oh, Team 1
1
might
for
be.
real.
No.
Uh-oh. Oh, he tried it, but he couldn't
really
maintain
having
it.
The 1 point ahead.
And Team
getting
1
it.
claims it. That means Team 2 is going to have to do all the work to make sure that Team 1 unclaims it. We'll see if they come out on top. But, so this is an interesting map, and one of the reasons I like it is that, it only has a single capture point in the middle. There's no other capture points, so everything is about capturing and destroying the opponent's connections to this point. Now, if you can notice here, because this player spent so much of their time on Team 1 connecting to the middle and spending so much resources of it, they don't have technology completed. Yeah, they have it down and working on, but the other player on the team, for example, who didn't spend resources connecting to the middle, already has their technology completed. And the same thing with Team 2.
Marks going in from the China players. Chinese players probably. Oh. Maybe?
Yeah. They're just communicating with each other
Right.
Yeah.
in all chat, which is unusual.
We do have got a buzzsaw on the top right.
Oh yes, I'm sure we're
And-
going to see plenty of buzzsaws out of every team here. But it seems that they actually have Team 2 has the ability to disconnect Team 1 right now. We'll see if they can do
what
that.
are they?
And Team
Oh,
2 reconnects.
oh.
Got it.
That didn't go according to plan. I think they were trying to just get so they could defend it from the buzzsaw from the top because they wouldn't be able to hit that. But
Team 2 took
now
advantage.
claiming the middle.
Oh, let's see how does Team 2 manage to defend this is the question.
Oh yeah, my bad. That is why did nobody mention that? There we go. Sorry about that, folks. My camera has been in front of the scores. But nobody proceeded to tell me. There you go. Okay, sit there. I mean, we could actually. I could put it back up on the corner just now, just for the duration of the camp.
Oh,
Maybe.
Team 1 has reclaimed the middle with a quick buzzsaw and a grab. Ooh, that's
She's
a
the one back
wobbly
in the
little
middle,
setup.
But if we were focusing on ones here, you won't be able to see if my face is right in front of it.
So I don't think we actually introduced the teams here. On the left side here, we have Team Gluffy Puffy.
Fluffy Puffy! Awesome name.
Sudden team favorite here. And on Team 2, we have... Which team? Which is their team name?
A team that just lost all
Minigun
map
team.
control.
Team Minigun.
They have lost complete map control right now.
Yeah, that's not ideal for them. The buzzsaws, they were not prepared for it, and they have fallen apart. Quite literally. Oh dear. So they're trying to reclaim it. Uh-oh. Yeah,
Oh.
buzzsaws do not work versus metal. They kind of just ricochet harmlessly off of it. And Team 1 is now free to build additional goodies. They're putting down a swarm missile, getting out their snipers, and just
Are we
suppressing.
about to see a portal? Is that going to be a portal? I believe it's
From
going to be
inside?
a portal.
Probably. At least I imagine he's not going to launch the swarm missile into his own base.
What do you mean I need to zoom my camera? It is zoomed.
Yep, that's going to be a portal
I'm
position.
not wanting my face any bigger. You don't want to see my face too big.
Oh, we are going to see some portal play here. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully it works out for them. It seems that they have a lot of room for error here. As while there's only 45 points remaining, it's match is not going to last much longer. Team
They're
one
not gonna, the buzzsaws are not going to crack that.
Yeah,
they've put metal right along. They're not going to get in that.
Full defended everything there.
You shall not have your buzzsaws, apparently. We've got, they've 35 points in it. Yes, that is in fact a portal.
Threading some metal through all that bracing.
Clever.
Looks pretty solid.
Team 1 definitely. Coffee Puppy coming out.
Yeah, Team 2 need to bail on the buzzsaw and use something more significant against the metal.
24 seconds.
Unfortunately, there's only like 20 seconds left before those gates open, and Team 2 doesn't have any technology down. I don't see them coming back from this. And Team 1 does have weapons available to use. They're not reliant on things like snipers.
Nuke of all things. Yeah, the buzzsaws are not gonna like do anything to that at all. They're shooting blanks. I had to say it. That's what it essentially is at this point. They're shooting blank. Well, they did get rid of the sniper, I suppose.
I mean, Team 1 has multiple snipers in there.
So there we go. 2 and 1. The doors are now open. Now.
There we go. And we'll see how quickly this ends.
Thank you very much, Epica.
The bottom player getting sniped. And the top player, I think he's waiting to use the nuke.
I want to see where the nuke's going to come from.
It's going to come from right below the core.
Straight, and there we go. Straight out, straight across, and...
And it's still a nuke. The bottom player getting eliminated by a sniper.
Wait, what? Oh, they actually... Oh,
and there we go. Everyone gets sniped for the win. Team Gluffy Puffy
7 minutes on
proceeds.
The dot. All right, so we get 4 capture points, 4 awesome players, should I say, not 2 players. We have Team 2 being the level. Whoa, they're away. They're just Oski. We've got Puri and Disminer on the left-hand side. Is that might snap? Nope. But we do have we got, what's it, Blackbird and Kika.
Yep, some another Chinese team.
And the top and bottom, both very symmetrical type map, but very nicely done. That you can place a lot of stuff up here, a lot of stuff down here. So there's a lot of place to defend, a lot of place to attack. Let's see what happens.
Indeed, this is a very dynamic map. You can come in from a lot of angles, and that's what makes it interesting. A lot of the other maps are quite difficult to assault once a position is fortified. This one, not so much, just because of how many different, locations you can come from. Of course, owning control early is better than not having it, but you don't have to rely so much on just getting it early and taking it, because you can always come in from a different angle and just break out.
Team 1 building down to hopefully capture this top point, just sitting waiting on it, and because Team 1 only has 1 point so far, whereas the Team 2 also has the 3 of them, but they're building out and taking like the middle and the top, so they're pretty much preparing to take those points off of them.
Indeed. You'll notice that Team 1 here already has their workshop down and already has buzzsaws and other weapons placed. So the moment Team 2 slips up or doesn't have anything defended to the correct degree, to the necessary degree, they're just gonna get slaughtered by weapons. Because Team 1 hasn't gone so early in for the capture points. They didn't rush onto the point. They said, Team 2, you could have the points, and you know what? That's fine, because we're just gonna blow up everything and come clean up the mess afterward.
I suppose that is one thing. It's like particularly for this map with the 4 capture points in lots of areas, you do have the points where you either can go for a little bit later, so you get the weapons, or you can go for the early points But if you can defend those early points, well, you're in a good position. But if you can't, and the other team having the sort of stronger onslaught, well, why did they take out their own stuff?
Yeah,
He just shot himself. All right, let's go ahead and introduce the teams here. On team 1, we have Putty and Disminer, the blue team. And on team 2, we have why can't I remember these names?
You've managed to actually crash Incursus himself.
Good at these names anymore. We have
Blackbird and Kicker.
Size basketball team. Jeez. I need to make sure I have my notes pulled up so I can just read them off.
So we have Puri, who managed to actually crash Incursus as a person.
Oh my god. Jeez.
I'm assuming he was aiming for one of the points in the middle, but...
I'm assuming so as well, just didn't make it. Now, unfortunately for Team 2... I'm sorry, for Team 1, Team 2's managed to completely armor up the middle segment. So...
Yep.
They
got a nice sneaky mortar going in there, though.
Buzzsaws aren't going to work anymore. Yes.
If this mortar plays out very nicely, they will manage to disconnect that, and they're ready to take it on the top. Possibly the bottom. If you make the angle small enough, it will... Oh, we got a sniper going in. So they can see that. The mortar will be done long before the sniper, but...
I mean, there's a door on that sniper. Mortar's not going to be able to do anything to the metal. You have to upgrade the mortar in order to make it deal noticeable damage to metal. Otherwise, it just kind of shrugs it off.
I'm not sure if this is a serious question or not, but I'll pose it to the developers. When holograms come out for the public and for less money at a practical size, will Forge come to hologram?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was a serious question or not, but hey. Also, you guys, if you don't have your Forts merch yet, you can get your Forts merch because this t-shirt is awesome. You should get your Forts merch because it's awesome. You should get it from... It's a red bubble you use as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
10/10
You should get your Forts merch. I just left the camera because there's that much of sort of real estate space that I need to, like, I'm just leaving it in the big screen.
Get the big picture.
But we do have a number of snipers went in for Team 1 at the bottom there. Although Red has 160 points to bring down before the Blue's doors open up, so if Blue doesn't do something quick, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Blue team here on the left, they were going for a play where they just bring up the weapons and try to destroy as much of Team 2 as they can. Just let Team 2 have all the control, spend all the resources expanding, and Team 1 just blows everything away and cleans up the mess. But Team 1 hasn't actually made their move yet. They still have their missiles and upgraded weapons available, but haven't used them. Well, there we go. Now they're starting to launch them. But we haven't seen what their master plan is just yet, or at least we haven't seen them enact it. They're just kind of, well...
Oops.
That's a mistake.
Why do they keep shooting themselves?
And yeah, now Team 2, despite spending all the resources to rush early and get all the territory, still has managed to field and output more damage output than Team 1, which was focusing on damage output. So... Well, we'll see how this match progresses, but it's only going one way. The Team 1 has maybe 30 seconds left before their doors open.
Yeah.
And Team 2 is already poised to finish off the course.
I see the Mighty Cat saying Forts and HoloLens, that would be awesome. It would be awesome, but how many Forts players do you know that actually have a HoloLens? It needs to be a sort of thing that the developers can also make money back.
That's key. That's very key.
They can't develop something and then put it out and it's like, well, we just lost a hell of a lot of money. Because we want Force.
That's...
And we want Incursus and Fraz to be characters. Well, I think one has lost this.
I don't see a means of them coming back. There's one player eliminated, including Team 1's only access to the control point.
Team 1 is building a wall of...
Well, I think he's done that for the purposes of connecting to the other territory.
Well, he's going to have a lot of income coming in.
Yeah, no, it is theoretically possible for him to win this. He just has to maintain control for another, like, I don't know, 6 minutes on that clock. And then instantly try to win both sides. Instantly try to destroy both cores. Like, he's got a lot of income. I mean, it's gonna be tough for him to come back here.
He has income to keep it, like, say, like the defensive structures up. But it's the point of being able to fight back enough to bring those points down.
Right. Realistically, he's going to need to capture at least one more of those control points, and he hasn't been able to break them yet, so the chances of him breaking them now are not any better.
You probably benefit from selling some of those buzzsaws as well.
You sell the buzzsaws and put the money into something else that can remove some of the links.
We'll see how it plays out. Team 2 still has to find a way of breaking through all of that. Relying on a single swarm missile launcher is not going to do it, and Team 2 hasn't actually fielded anything
I don't know why they
else.
haven't built some, something a bit more powerful to break through all that.
Well, Team 2 just finished up their workshop. They didn't have one before. So that's how much they were rushing into this. So we'll see what they're going to be building here. I suspect it's going to be swarm missiles, but buzzsaws are also a good choice. Yeah, it is going to be buzzsaws. And continue.
It's kind of wondering, because the buzzsaw will
damage.
just rip through that wall at the front.
Yes. And keep in mind,
I mean,
all
if
they have to
change
do...
some of them to metal, maybe. But
That's a lot of metal. You would have to metal up
Yeah.
everything. And I don't think that's something he can get away with. Not for a long time.
he does have a portal.
He's got a portal, and
Oh, no.
he's got
Yep.
a nuke leading to it, so he can disconnect that top piece.
They keep shooting the swarm missiles at the same piece. I don't know if they realize they're literally not doing any extra damage to it.
Ooh.
Oh, that has opened up the point there, but is easily quickly able to build them, because he does have what, 10 mines of income.
That is a lot of income.
He needs the sniper to be able to fire that.
Oh.
There we go.
And Team 2 has claimed that point. So that's going to leave the last remaining Team 1 player out of income, out of any hope. And at this point, I don't think he can actually disconnect anything before the timer expires, or at least open the enemy's doors.
His portal has been shut down as well, which is a bit of a shame. But if it could have came back, that would have been probably the ultimate comeback of the actual tournament. But I don't see them being able to manage to come back from this. They do have a sniper and a buzzsaw built on Team 2, ready to basically rip that lovely wall they have out. And there we go, and then the sniper will just shoot at the core. Will that build quick enough? I don't.
Yeah, the snipers don't deal much damage to the core, but it's well, actually that bottom sniper can actually hit the core from there. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's. Why are people continually shooting themselves?
There we go.
GG.
Finally.
Team 2 with the victory. Alright, let's go ahead and kick this off. So we have some very well-known players here, some regulars. We have on Team 1, Kronkinator and Felix. And on
Team
2, we have Nox and 42 Scientist.
Ooh, it's like Battles of the Titans.
Yeah,
Indeed.
and they did some clever selling off of stuff right at the beginning to get some extra resources.
Oh, everyone does that nowadays. And they're both going for very similar kind of builds that no one's even bothering to hide what they're doing. Everyone knows they're going for technology, 3-mine rush aggression. And that's what we're doing here. Look, Team 2 not even hiding their upgrade center. So we're going to be seeing either missiles or mortars out of Team 2. Whereas Team 1 is not committing
Thinking
to the
about it.
upgrade center just yet. We'll see what they put down next. Everyone's workshops finishing at the same
straight
time.
down.
Yep.
Yep, missiles
We've
straight
got
down there. So
double missile rush coming out of Team 1.
Are we going to see Team 2 doing that thing that the Chinese did with the mortars by any chance?
We might actually.
They have gone mortars.
They have gone mortars, whereas, well, one of the players has gone mortars, whereas the second player is going for a laser rush.
Oh yes.
Now that laser rush isn't gonna be hitting before the swarm missiles and mortars, but if Team 2 could survive long enough, they'll be all right.
Hello, Anderson. Yeah, because the thing is, like, what plays out here is, like, if the missiles hit hard enough on the front, the mortar will take a serious amount of damage. But again, it really depends. But yeah, it seems to be Nox taking... I don't know if this has come from Nox in the first place, or one of them already getting through.
Uh-oh. Team 1's bottom player does not have a lot of defenses here. And that's a lot of swarm missiles. Uh-oh, he needed that swarm missile. And there goes one of the mortars. And we have more coming in. Ooh. That's gonna be rough. 42 scientists coming in with the sniper trying to help out. Team 2's gonna need to stay on top of their sniping if they want to survive this.
Oh, missiles down for Team 2 as well, and that is a lot of gunners going in.
They're gonna need it.
Yep.
So that's gonna be a lot of missiles. A lot of missiles heading their direction.
Oh, well, you shall not have that sniper, apparently. But 42 having always the gunners exposed, sniper could just pick them off one by one pretty effectively. We do have Team 2's second for a little bit.
Wobbly.
There.
He's trying to reinforce himself, keep himself alive. That's a lot of sniper fire. Good God. We have 3 snipers out of Team 1.
If you like your snipers, you will like this match.
Team 1 just upgraded their damage output.
Oh.
That's a warhead.
Okay, that is not gonna last. Oh, wait, what? That fort is still standing, but very much barely standing.
If you guys notice here, you'll see the bottom fort has reinforced his supports. He's got extra struts in there, the tight little bracing to keep himself standing, and that is the reason why he's standing right now, albeit not necessarily for very long.
Yeah, because here comes another nuke salvo that might... Ooh.
Woodsman doing the job
just barely. Well, Team 2 does have
42 at the front, actually.
Yes, and he's gonna have to maintain that damage or maintain the tanking because, oh dear.
Well, his teammate's about to get one to the face.
Yep, and that's not good.
Lost blammo.
Rip blammo. Remember, the second player is the player that was laser rushing. He's the one that needs to stay alive so that Team 2 could actually get some damage output. So long as the bottom player is taking the hits, that's what they want to happen.
We do have Team 2. The laser is halfway done, so... but I'm kind of wondering, they are now starting to focus fire, so they may break in. We do... No, it's Nox that's on the bottom, actually. 42 in the top, actually, with the lasers.
Oh dear. Woo! Not enough to break him,
that
but...
was a painful thing to watch, indeed.
That's a lot of damage, and they've got even more coming out.
Not letting them have anything. But Nox about to, I think, unleash his own ones, because we see Team 1 actually preparing for it with the gunners there, so whether or not that will be enough.
Is that going to hit the... oh, that was close.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, and the nuke is getting through.
It did.
Nuke got through on both sides. No significant damage dealt, just splashing across the front armor. But now Team 2 can finally return fire with their own lasers. As soon as they're feeling confident enough to open up. Ooh, that might be rough timing. Oh, he's gonna take the hit. It's gonna be a nasty repair bill, but he'll come out on top of that one.
There goes a drunk nuke.
Uh-oh. Oh, no!
Oh, no! There goes the laser.
That is what Team 2 was depending on. Alright, so Team 2's just got to fire the laser weapons and just got to get some damage output as soon as possible because they're not going to be able to replace that, at least not before dying. Go on, fire the weapon. Uh-oh. That's not good.
That is gonna
don't fire the fire beam into that. Oh, geez.
You're running out of time here.
I mean, that core is now pretty much exposed until we rebuild. So there's no sniper to fire the heavy weaponry. We do have 42 about to bring, I believe, his fire beam into play.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to ignite. That's not gonna expire. Oh, that was close.
Here comes the nuke to the bottom port.
That's still doing chip damage to the core here, boys.
Yeah.
Ooh. We do have 42 placing in another laser to try and get it off. Because if the laser comes into play, they should be able to win. But it's going to be a bit of a painful thing. We do have more nukes coming off. It's always good to see nukes back in play, because there was a while when nukes just, people weren't building them. Now it's like, yes, you have a nuke, you have a nuke. But that fort in the bottom is not going to withstand much more.
No.
Although
just
you do have
getting
Nox firing
chunked.
off 2 salvos here. And there goes the nuke.
Can they come back? But very... Oh. Close.
I think that gunner needs a pay rise.
Team 2 getting out some anti-air.
That's a lot of gunners placed at once.
And they're not going to be online. But the fire beam will provide enough anti-air.
Oh, that was close.
That was really close.
That was a little bit close. Just the hair of the dog close there.
Yep, those gunners are going away very quickly. Yep, they're gone. Okay. Rip those gunners.
Here come...
Double nuke. Double nuke. Uh-oh. Bottom player is not going to survive another nuclear... Okay, well, it got ignited, so that'll handle that.
Yeah, that's going to burn out. So... we have the players essentially defending each other at this point, but we've got 6 minutes left on the clock, just above 6 minutes. We do have that laser is now done.
That should eliminate the top player. Assuming he nails the shot, and he does.
Yes!
Oh!
He just didn't have enough energy.
That was nearly
ran out
a
of
nuke
energy
on
at
top
the
of
last
his
possible
buddy's
moment.
head. Although, we do have one gunner to defend this nuke.
Oh!
Okay. Interesting.
Now them sending some pain back at them. I think we're seeing some very high level play here.
Yeah.
Only that
good.
plasma
They can
laser
pull
is
this
ready
one
to go
back.
again.
Oh.
Now this game absolutely favors Team 2 as time goes on. As Team 1 is playing for the earlier / mid-game weapons, while Team 2 is playing for the later game weapons.
That is a lot of damage on the first floor. But see if they were aiming at... if they were aiming all at the front fort, though, I think they would be able to take them out. Because it can't recover from, say, several nukes coming at its face. But
well,
another nuke.
therein lies the question. If you...
Nice.
It hurts so much.
Here comes the laser.
And he's going to time it with it. Oh, he just did it a bit too early.
Got that would have...
And the chip damage eliminates the bottom player for Team 1,
Alright,
or
so
Team 2.
We do as soon as if he can time it right and they charge well, he will be able to take them down. But now there's no more nukes and missiles coming from Team 1, Team 2, should I say? Sorry.
He's not going to be able to break that with a fire beam plasma laser.
I mean,
Team 2 needs to change things.
On the plasma to use it for the nukes.
I can't say.
Because if he did that, those nukes would fly straight into the back of the fort.
That is a good shot.
Nice
If he nails that, that could do some damage. Not quite. Needed to aim that a little bit further down and would
Even
actually
using the
eliminate
gunners,
it.
though, if you manually use the gunners, you can send the nuke straight into them. So I suppose that is one thing, and also keeping them on edge. We do have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, and we're having 42 holding out against the other team there. They don't have any offensive weapons apart from the nukes, which they can't even fire because they don't have a sniper. Wait, no, they do have a sniper now.
It looks
Would
like...
you build down to your... Whoa. Would you build down to the silos?
Building down, I wouldn't. Not from
no.
that position.
Oh, no, oh, no, no. Oh, well, that gunner lost his pay. I love when the music kicks in, the battle music. It's like you just want to be like, yeah, kill them all. We can do this. 42. Getting in a few nice shots there, and if he aims that at the windmills, though, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
He wants... This is... Like, the game isn't... I honestly can't say who's in lead. Like, okay, so obviously Team 1 is in the lead. But Team 2, he's trying trickery, and Team 1 knows it. And Team 1 is being very careful to avoid falling into that trickery. So they're taking things slow. They're not getting hyper-aggressive with it. And they're playing defensive. They're putting up the energy shields because they know that this is their game to lose. Team 1 has to do something to mess up to let Team 2 come back from this.
I'm really surprised at the actual sheer willpower of 42 to keep in this.
Yeah. 2 minutes left.
Guys, I must have timed out something in the lobby, and all I can hear is you guys commentating. It sounds super excited, and I'll move back in.
Welcome back.
There's no thunder in the back. It's all on this.
Yep, there are the lasers.
Uh-oh.
There are the energy shields. Yep.
Oh, that's gonna...
That's what they were waiting for. Another wave like that. That's all they needed. One more mistake like that, and it's Team 1 will just pounce all over it. I don't think Team 1 is gonna let up. They're just gonna keep firing. Force Team 2 here to do something. Yeah, no, Team 2, he that would have been the closest he had a moment to come back right there. Take advantage of those nukes.
Snow leopards, but the Moonshot version.
I got so confused there. I was like, where's the
Climate change represented in forts.
Was it not? Is it not Iceland or something? No, not. Is it Greenland or Iceland? Like they put up or something? Or their ice caps have melted far quicker due to the world at the moment.
That would be Iceland, I
just
believe.
like,
or Greenland, I believe. Sorry.
Yeah, because it's Greenland that has the ice, and Iceland is actually the warmer one, isn't it?
Yeah, Greenland has the ice,
which
Iceland
makes no
has the
sense.
green.
Which is like, just swap names already, damn it. Alright, so we have Kronk and a Felix on the left-hand side, and we've got Nox and 42 on the right-hand side. Let's see what goes on.
So we already have similar kinds of builds going out here to last match. They're kind of very quick and early, greedy, no economy, tech rush style builds. Team 1 has, well, already gone with the workshop, already completed, has swarm missiles placed as well as the next factory placement. You guys noticed that their next technology was placed the instant that the first technology was completed. So there's no waiting here. It is as fast as theoretically possible that these players are going for their builds, and they're still have unnecessary technology.
One of the players in Team 1 has got a factory going.
Indeed. Similarly, on Team 2, the same scenario is happening. We have a factory going down for Team 2 as well. And but unlike Team 1, where we have swarm missiles, on Team 2 we have flak, which is generally considered the about as hard as a counter to swarm missiles as you can get.
It's like, you wanted those missiles? You have no missiles. That is just what it's going to be,
So Team 2 is definitely going for the later gameplay here, because flak does not deal damage. They're not expecting to finish off anyone or do any significant amount of work with these flak. What they're expecting to do is to just suppress the enemy a bit, keep them in check, while the other player, the laser rush player, goes hard into the late game and gets out that damage that they needed the last round.
That is a lot of flak.
That is a lot of flak indeed. And the
oh,
swarm
and he's
missiles
already
are
just
being
used them,
launched.
and the missiles are about to come out.
Oh,
Holy flak.
The flak will come off cooldown. Those missiles will get completely shut
There we
down.
go.
Well, that second wave might not, actually.
Are they going to fire? They're going to fire. Oh!
Yep. That's a little bit of
Salvo
a
getting
mistake there.
through.
Bye, Blammo.
Your connection ain't good.
Oh
Poor
no.
Blam.
Uh-oh. Team 1 managing to suppress the flak player with nothing but snipers.
That is some double bracing if I ever saw some on Team 2's top base.
Welcome
that
to
is-
the French wood spam.
Is that where it comes from? That is impressive. And even more going in. Damn. Okay, well that core's never getting hit.
Yeah, so the Team 2 here are the French players. They are very well known for that style of wood spam, the extra thick wood.
We already have a nuke upgrade coming in as well for Team 1.
If only there was a
Oh, yeah.
weapon that's intended for wood spam.
Oh yeah, no, there's a couple weapons that work extremely well versus it, so much so that it's not all that common in outside of the French meta players, if you would call them that. Because it could be exploited pretty heavily, and as you get into larger games, you'll see that the French wood spam style will actually be, like, as this game progresses, will be kind of phased out. Like, as it gets destroyed, it won't be rebuilt, because there are weapons like cannons and rockets and, well,
And
even the
buzzsaws.
buzzsaw that does a very, very cost-efficient job at removing it, and there are other wood spam styles that are better off in those cases. But for the early game especially, it is top
Here
tier.
comes a nuke, and there's nothing to stop it. Ooh, a lot of damage actually being done there too. Yeah, they do not approve of you having that wood spam apparently.
Yep.
Although the laser is nearly done as well, but here comes another salvo of rockets for your face.
And
Apparently-
no anti-air to stop it. Fortunately, there's not a whole lot going on here with those.
Here comes another nuke though, and 42 ready in his laser.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, with the door snipe. That is Team 1 losing their primary damage-based laser. The plasma
Never
laser
got
has been
that.
destroyed.
Fun fact, Greenland was named Greenland to attract settlers. Oh, okay. But they just didn't think of Iceland. And what was Iceland's story? To repel raiders? We got, like 42 taking a brunt of the damage there. We do have his friend building 2 fire beams ready to attack. We've got a fire beam on the left there with a laser building as well. Bottom one is upgrading both to nukes to do that additional damage, but whether or not he gets to fire them, who knows? Because that laser...
Gets the door snipe with the fire beam, but it's not going to be enough to actually finish off that plasma laser. He needed the sniper follow-up, which he wasn't able to get.
Does 42 realize he's blocked his windmills?
I believe so, yes. Primarily because of all the missiles that were coming at him.
I was thinking about adding a sound for that, actually. Thinking that would
You've
be
blocked
useful.
your wind.
Yeah.
All in favor of the sound, make sure you comment. On both videos, or streams.
Yeah.
Let them know. Oh! The laser taking quite a little bit of heat.
Yeah, he's He's trying to be very careful with that. He's like, nope, I'm just gonna stop this firing procedure. Just let my teammate come into the fire beam.
Nukes right after each other.
That's
heading for.
And he ignites them.
Oh.
That's a complete shutdown.
That is both plasma and fire beam gone. No more.
Only lasers left. Yeah, damage has to come from bottom. And bottom wasn't really building for damage. He was building more for harassment. But, uh-oh.
If you can hit that... Hit the nuke,
Oh.
Actually, don't hit the nuke.
That's going to be very, very dead.
Oh.
Yep.
Nicely done.
That's a lot of
Team
teamwork.
2 with no offensive weapon or defense, actually. There's nothing to stop those nukes just going through and hammering them.
Team 1's going to start laying on the pressure really hard here. Just unrelented with nothing to stop them.
We do have both nukes have now recharged, so they can fire them again. The best that Team 2 can do is basically give them something to eat.
That is true. Unfortunately, I don't think Team 2 is going to be carrying so much. They're just going to... Yeah.
Oh, my lord.
Team 2 has a very, very big appetite.
Oh, no, double kill. Wow.
Well,
GG. This is why. This is why things happen to you, Fraz.
just because in like every single game I'm in, everybody's like, oh, there's on them. It's like, oh, Fraz dies first. It's like, that's because everybody decides, oh, there's Fraz, 4-4, target him. Right, so we have Team 1, both placing down. Oh.
Indeed.
So
let's go ahead and do our introductions. Team 1 on the left side here, we have Team Gluffy Puffy. And on Team 2, we have Sai Zukun's basketball. And we'll see what kind of
I was
builds
trying
they
to
go
point
for
at them
here.
in my camera, but I think it suddenly mirrored, and I was like, oh, that's Team... No, that's that team. That way, I think, is Team 1, and that way is Team 2. Yeah. We already have Team 2 taking out a few wee things. We've already, that minigun that had been placed down, or that one was there from the start. They've already taken a few bits and bob chunks off of Team 1 right from the get-go, so it's paying for itself already. People
it's
ask
working
if I
out.
ever stop talking. No. When I sleep.
Do you sleep?
That's a
Put
good
Gluffy
question.
Puffy into Google Translate and press the TTS speak button. No. Team 1 going for a lot of swarm missiles again. Team 2 putting down some swarms to boot as well.
Indeed.
We're
Team
gonna
1 a
see
little
more
bit of
nukes.
ahead, while Team 1 and Team 2 going for similar builds. Team 1 is a little bit ahead on it. Already has their swarm missiles placed. Well, they both have their swarm missiles. They all have the swarm missiles placed. But Team 1 already has the upgrade center down. So that'll put them a little bit ahead in terms of launching the nuclear arsenal. But Team 2 also has some flak to go with it. And as they have before, they're being defensive with it. They have doors on their things. They're being slow and methodical about these kind of weapon placements, which may keep them alive a little bit longer. But we'll see just how it works out.
You shall not have flak, apparently.
Now, the constant sniper suppression is quite oppressive.
We've got our first salvo of swarms heading out, and there is... Oh.
Collision.
Oh, that was a
Nice.
hit there, actually.
EMPs hitting the swarm missiles, causing them to do the dance of confusion.
Where did we
Simply
go? Where did we
existing
go?
in the middle.
Is that gonna... Oh, straight through and knocking out the core for a little bit, so that'll be his resources down quite a wee bit.
That'll pretty much shut down his entire energy production, so there won't be swarm missiles out of him for a little extra time. But they're now upgraded
Couple
to
of nuke
nukes.
upgrades. All 4 of them, actually.
It's worth noting that the top player here cannot fire those nukes without building additional batteries. He sold off his initial storages for the sake of getting things faster, which is fine, but now he has to build them again in order to fire off his weapons. He has to build one more to fire both nukes at once.
Although we do have Team 2 also got the nuke upgrades coming in as well.
Indeed.
I kind of feel like their bottom player is literally going to be used as like the defense at this point. Although having that rather exposed flak, that sniper could pop that if they get the angle.
That looks like the goal. But
and
yeah,
part-time look, yeah, there it goes. Here comes our first nuke into the round. Oh,
but the nuke makes it. That was a
both
meaty
teams
shot.
sharing a little bit of hit, although that nuke.
It's very hard to come back from this point as Team 2. Oh, another nuke. Oh, yeah.
That's gonna rip it.
He's like, get down, Mr. President! The top player's core already eliminated.
I will save you. Oh, that was something else.
It's interesting to note that Team 2 went shotgun again. These players were the same ones that went shotgun last time, albeit... Yeah, that's a lot of nukes coming in.
Yeah, I think that might be it. Oh my god, how isn't that it?
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
They're just gonna snipe him. There it is. GG.
So, Incursus, who do you have who you think is going to win? With Team 1 already having one in the bag, do you think Team 2 can bring it out of that bag?
From what I've seen, I'm a big fan of Gluffy Puffy's playstyle and cooperation. They seem to work very well together. So I suspect they will have the edge here, but I'm not going to count out Team 2. From what I've seen of them before, they are very capable. And these are some very high-ranked players. It's not like they're inexperienced, so I think they can do it.
That's right.
I just think Gluffy Puffy has the advantage here. Yeah.
What is going on with these guys then?
So we do have Gluffy Puffy on the left side here on Team 1, and Team Sai Sukun's basketball
Well
on
done.
Team 2.
You got it in the end.
Team
Jesus.
basketball.
Team basketball. I want to say the full thing. I want it. I want it. I want it.
You're not allowed it. You're not allowed it, Incursus.
My tongue can't do it, but I want it.
It looks like Team 1's going the same strategy again.
Indeed. We'll see if it
Yes.
works
Yeah.
out for them.
I mean, I suppose it's one of those things. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Or it's not.
I mean, it is.
that's-
Not only has Team 2 experienced it before, but they're not. But Team 1 isn't hiding it at all. They should see it coming. I mean, they can literally see it coming just by looking at it, because Team 1 isn't hiding it at all. So they have. Team 2 has the opportunity to defend against it. We've seen successful defenses against it thus far. We've seen people, well, come back from it and beat it. It can be done, and Team 1 isn't trying to stop it from being defended against. They're just saying, we're just going to do this fast, and we're just going to try to beat you out, and if you do something to stop it, that is on you, that is not on us. We're just going to do the best we can, as fast as we can, and put it on your court. The ball is now on your court to stop us from doing this. We'll see if Team 2 can come out.
Interesting technique coming in there with the miniguns for focus fire on the bottom fort there.
Yeah, we'll see if it's enough.
We also have our first swarm launching.
It should be met with flak and air support. Yeah, that'll shut down those flak.
One little swarm.
Ooh, the
sniper taking out one
comes
of the
in.
miniguns
Door
there, so
snipes
that's
the
gonna be
minigunner.
A little bit costly.
Yeah, that'll set them back a bit.
Oh, here comes more swarms in though, and
Oh, that's
that
a
not
heavy
having
hit.
the effect they ideally would have wanted with that minigun, because that would have shut down most of that.
Well, Team 2 over here, the top base, had to rebuild their flak and reset things, so the flak isn't fully operational just yet, which is gonna be a problem for them.
a bit buried as well. That second back.
Yeah, he's gonna have to open that up. Oh, he's building for the lasers. He's not. They do not have the defenses right now to defend against that. They should know this. They cannot be investing into the lasers right now.
Because there goes. There's already nuke upgrades coming, so they're gonna get hammered hard. It's particularly the bottom fort. It does not have enough between its. I mean, it has gunners, but it doesn't have enough between the core and the front of the wood to not have it go bang.
Team 2 does actually have enough weapons out in form of flak and such to be able to destroy Team 1's wind
just
turbines.
Turn that a bit of bracing to back bracing, though, and they would be able to get it.
Yeah.
Like that flak would be able to come into play for the bottom bit.
Yeah, they just made it drunk. Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
It's cleared.
So we'll shut down the first nuke, but there's another. There's two at the bottom one that can come into play, so that's going to be painful. Although Team 2 constantly placing down gunners that are constantly getting taken out by a sniper, though not really having any chance to have them. Team 2's bottom fort able to have the
looks
actual
like
gunner.
Team 2 is focus firing now.
Oh dear.
Yep, all 3 nukes.
Yeah.
There it is.
And
Oh, the gunners clearing the skies at the last possible moment.
very, very nicely done by Team 2 there. The gunners need a little bit of a pay rise, I think.
I believe so.
All these low-paid gunners doing a great job today.
Oh. If Team 2 manages it to... So one thing that Team 2 can do, and this is the vulnerability of Team 1's strategy. Oh, well, rip that base in particular. One of the biggest vulnerabilities of Team 2 of a Team 1 strategy is the lack of ability to meaningfully defend the turbines. You can't have a lot of defenses on them, and the turbines are a necessity for, well, keeping the damage output from the nukes. So what Team 1 could have done, well, they can't do it really anymore, but they could have used the flax to destroy all of Team 1's energy silos or energy turbines, and this would have shut that down entirely.
That's going to hurt.
Yep.
Still has a laser building in. I mean,
keep in mind he only has 3 mines, so he's not able to.
We got a
he's not able
Blackbird
to.
disconnected.
Yes, that was
he
the
got
eliminated
hit that hard.
player.
He got booted out the game again.
Yeah, that was the eliminated player.
Yep.
So it's not going to make a difference for this, but otherwise we would have paused.
That's.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
Wow.
Best of 3. We're not getting to the third match because we do have Gluffy Puffy taking the round.
GG.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 42 and crew are gonna do it. Composite rushes.
To be honest, the bronze match has always been the meme match, if you would call it. It's the match where nobody cares about winning or losing; they just care about doing something hilarious. And 42 Scientist is very well known for that kind of play.
42 is making that
It's like,
clear.
just so you know, the bronze match is meant for, you know, it doesn't matter who wins, just do some fun stuff.
Yeah. So I fully expect Team 2 to be fully tryhard, but I don't. But I fully expect Team 1 to be well the team that gets the memes going regardless.
Let's see. Blackbird is like.
Yeah, I don't think. Now let them do what they do. We'll see what happens here. La-di-dum.
We do have Team 2 or Team 1 already with a factory.
Yes. Team 1 has a factory down. The other player, Team 1, doesn't even have technology down, but he does have a lot of economy going. Whereas the Team 2 players...
also the area for potentially a concentrator.
Mm-hmm. I wonder why.
Oh, that's going to be glorious if we get to see that.
Team 2 are definitely going with the swarm missile rush, as well as flak. So if you guys haven't figured it out already, Team 1 is 42 scientists and Nox, whereas Team 2, our team is Sukun's basketball.
The basketball team, just the basketball team, yeah.
We'll get it.
I am very
I'll get
intrigued because, like, there's gonna need to be some anti-air brought in to be able to, because there's gonna be some swarms and everything. But we do have, I believe that's 42 in the top one, building the weirdest contraption I've ever seen. There goes that, unfortunately. But I believe he is definitely preparing for some concentratory something.
Well, the forward base has definitely got concentrator layout. I'm not sure what the top base is going for. I think he's drawing. I think he's doing language. Is he trying to write someone's name?
I
don't.
It's like LLS, I think.
I'm not sure, but Team 1's about to get nuked really hard. And it's going to end very quickly here. There's one.
What?
Yep, that's
What does it? Oh, well, that's the first base going.
You can survive that.
First base going to go.
Does he survive that? Oh my! That's death by sniper shot. 42 scientists. Goodbye.
What is his teammate trying to say?
I will. In all of my time, I've never seen someone try to do this.
Yeah, that's funny.
What is he? What? Meme? What?
Right, well, he doesn't understand what I don't think he understood about the meme focus of this particular round.
I mean, it's.
Please nerf nuke. There's an Hangman. Yeah, maybe he was trying to play Hangman because I did make that out.
That's funny.
If you're going to have that kind of mentality and say, this is just a match where I'm going to do whatever I can to be in front of the camera, then you don't have to take advantage of other people for that. You say, I'm just going to be in this match, and I'm going to rush out a tier 3 mortar, I'm going to get a tier 3 mortar, and try to land a shot, and then I'm going to lose, and it's going to be great because I'm going to lose in a rain of tier 3 mortars, and it's going to be great. And that's generally how it goes down between the mortar shenanigans or whatever is happening at the time. The core swinging back and forth and connecting to God knows what bridge and throwing the match to do it. It's hilarious, but it's all in good fun. If you're going to say, ban this, force this, no, that's an entirely separate case. That's not going to be permitted here.
Yeah, and both teams have to be on board with it, you know.
Yes.
And I think here this is just an issue of the guys from China just aren't familiar with that, and so they went in trying hard as you should in a tournament, you know. But you know, it's just a matter of it was a miscommunication there, I think.
We do have people saying here it's about 6 in the morning in China at the moment.
Oh right, yeah. So they've been playing since 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I can understand why they're looking to finish this quickly.
Like, I want to go to bed. I do not speak any French. I speak English and Fraslish.
Fraslish. It's funny because I understand where that comes from.
Putting together an actual dictionary of Fraslish, which scares me. So we get Team 1 going an abundance of miniguns.
You see, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to memes. This is not a strategy you do if you want to win. This is a strategy you do if you want to laugh and have fun. Granted, it used to be the meta strategy because it's actually not that bad. It actually works decently well, especially...
Well, it looks like a position for tournament manager has opened up. Interviews start Monday.
There you go.
I mean, one sniper could knock them all out, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
You gotta have a sniper though, because snipers are kind of hard to maintain under a rain of what is that, 12 minigunners?
Yep.
It doesn't help if you
2
miss.
sets on each. Oh, there's a sniper out though, and picking them all already. Ooh.
There goes the sniper. So the flak could still try to do some damage, but the flak actually has to live. Which is not a good assumption at this point.
It's like live. Oh,
well,
taking out sniper itself, but nothing else. Oh,
Yep.
sniper has been rebuilt on Team 1, but
minigunners can just clean through that metal. What's going to happen here is Team 1's going to be playing as the Eagle Eye commander. So the moment that their commander ability, he keeps missing with those minigunners. Like, that's not ideal. The moment that commander ability comes off, gets charged. Oh boy, they're just going to aim straight to the core, and someone's disappearing.
Here is like, wouldn't it be better to ban chats for teams during matches?
That's
He's not meaning in team chat. I mean, I think he means a chat between the teams before the match actually starts. But I think, ow, that is
a lot of damage being outputted there. So they're not focus firing; they're just abusing the the player in front. If they wanted to actually win, they would needed to have focus fire a little bit, but it should still be enough to set back each individual player. But they could still come out on top. Yep. Yeah, the sniper tried opening his door, it didn't work. The top player is just turned into absolute Swiss cheese. Bottom player is handling it a little bit better, but only just.
you can angle armor. You may be able to reflect a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, you can reflect it with angled armor. You can reflect it all the way with angled armor, and you can completely become immune to this with nothing but angled armor. But then you have to be spending all of your money on angled armor.
Just caught. Oh, sniper is. Never mind.
Yep. Sniper took out a couple things. Didn't finish the job.
Oh, some shotguns.
Shotgun.
That's risky. Is that going to live?
Oh.
It survives. But
We can
for
fire
how
that out,
long?
shut down all the. That core is very badly exposed.
Yep, one more shot with the minigunners.
Oh.
Oh! That's one down. That means the top base is gonna have to survive double the firepower. Oh yeah, sniper's not an ideal choice right now. All right, can the shotgun do
is
it?
ready to go, but I mean, if the minigun's from the
Oh, he didn't focus fire. He just got it out there as quickly as possible. It only took out one minigunner. Uh-oh. And those minigunners are coming from below now, and he's not prepared to defend it. Oh, and the door snipe. Oh, rip shotgun. Oh, dear.
Yeah, those miniguns are all posed to fire, but can he get an angle? That's the thing.
If he could get right under the core.
Bottom player has the angle to hit underneath the core. You can see he's repairing damage from there. Yeah. It's the top player doesn't have a whole lot he could do. But he can just start switching out for things like AP sniper spam. I've heard that works well.
Oh, he would, because the core at the top, like, neither of them have metal ends. It would go straight through the core, particularly the top one. But ow, that looked painful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he needs to make his sniper shots count, no. Trading a sniper for a minigun, I don't feel is effective because of the fact is there's still like an abundance of them. I think he's gonna need to like take down like 3 per sniper, if not more.
Well, the sniper for a minigun is a good trade. The problem is that the top base of Team 2 here is so far behind that it's not good enough trade to bring him back into the game.
I don't know what he was shooting at there. Oh, there goes another sniper. Got the door just closed in time.
There's another minigun.
Take out another 2. I wouldn't open the door yet.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh dear. That's bad.
A sneaky shot off, but
The explosive ammo though. That's
the
Nice core is
The
exposed.
core is now exposed. But
Another
the sniper
minigun
can't
round?
get it.
Yep,
There we
there
go.
it goes. GG.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, we are
Alright.
in the game.
So here on the left-hand side, we have Nox and 42 versus Kika and Blackbird on the right. We'll see who takes the aggressive side and who goes for the more supportive and damage-dealing role.
We already have both teams trying to get up, although I think Team 2 will get the top part first. And then not...
Well, right at the same time.
Essentially, yeah. Literally, the timers are going down at the exact same time. That's weird. We do have the bottom 2 forts now trying to get out, but the bottom player on Team 2 has got a slight lead on getting over to it. Never
Yeah,
mind.
up until
lead
that
has
happens.
been, fell away. We already have Team 1 extending to the middle island in order to potentially look to getting across to that point very quickly.
So the map has been split perfectly evenly in half. No one has any advantage in terms of control points right now. And one player from each team does have a workshop down, so they can begin placing those more useful weapons for disconnecting the other team. However, Team 1 is a little bit ahead.
Buzzsaws happen.
Indeed. Team 1 is a little bit ahead in the buzzsaw placement.
And they're also hammering their bomb bit with a many sandbags.
Hmm.
Oh,
There's a disconnect
very
from
nice
top.
takeaway. They weren't ready to take it over.
Yeah, Has to be a 1-2 punch, doesn't it? To
Indeed,
capture
it does. You have to not only disconnect them, but be ready and able to reconnect yourself.
And there we go. They
There
have
it
now
is.
taken it. So now they have 3 points to the 1 on red.
That'll bring them a bit ahead. And it looks like they're actually selling off all the defenses that Team 2 had placed at that location previously, so it'll give Team 1 a little bit of a resource advantage.
Yeah, that is true, because there was metal in there first, so they've given themselves a
yeah,
little
they-
bit. Oh, did they? They did. They've taken
did.
all 4 points.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, that's dangerous for Team 2.
Oh,
Oh, they brought it back again.
momentarily.
Team 1 has
They just need to be
control
fast.
of
Yeah,
all
they're
4
they're
points.
taking away that.
Wait a minute.
That's
Is
it there,
that
so they're
rope
gonna have to
connected to Team 2's... There was a rope connecting
Yep.
Team 1's base and Team 2's base there for a moment. I didn't know that could happen. Alright. So there's not a whole lot going on at the moment. Team 1 is just kind of sitting there, defending up a little bit. They're not teching into anything. Team 1 is just adding more defenses, adding more metal. Oh, well, there is a swarm missile
There's
placement.
the swarms.
Team 2 is adding in more weapons, trying to fire at what they can.
Oh,
Actually
oh.
disconnecting Team 1 here.
Get in there.
And, they're trying for it.
Oh.
You do it, and he...
There we go.
Oh,
They've
no!
taken- oh,
They tried so hard. And okay,
Oh.
well,
Oh.
that's unfortunate. Team 1 says no. And that is the end.
That was possibly the defining moment.
I think that's the moment that that really sets back Team 1 here. Or sorry, Team 2 here. Oh,
grab it.
that's another big one. And the map
Yep.
is now split half and half once more. Team 2 taking control of the top, Team 1 taking control of the bottom.
Nettling up right away as well. Oh, that was a little bit close. They are putting a buzzsaw down at the bottom to try and take that bottom as well, so we could have a shift depending on where they aim, because there is a lot of sandbags in place. And this big guy here.
Here come the swarm missiles.
Is there anything to... No, there is nothing to defend that right now, so that is going to go straight through. Not really doing too much, though.
Takes out a couple weapons, but nothing, no serious damage has been dealt. They're gonna need, Team 1's gonna need something a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more destructive to clear out that attachment.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nearly. If they can snap that down there, they could just, take back that. We got a sniper doing some nice pot shots now. Oh. That one nearly lit.
Team 1 still has the
second
lead just because they had total control for so long.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh, jeez. Bottom base is just getting shredded time and again. Unable to maintain control of the middle island here. Oh dear. Oh dear. They should really spec into lasers. The problem with getting lasers is they're expensive, and you have to get the technology for it and such. And really, if you're going to be doing that kind of pricey thing, the howitzer tends to work better. It just does that much more damage. And we're going to see one of those out here pretty quickly, and I think it's going to go straight to the ceiling.
There's a second one as well.
Yeah, that's going to be rough to deal with.
So we got 2 buzzsaws up for the team. Never mind. There was 2 buzzsaws. Oh,
no. He's just going to keep bottom suppressed.
Because they keep that off, they will just get the points eventually, open the course to Team 2.
Indeed. It's not long left before Team 2's doors open, leaving their cores exposed to howitzer fire. Uh-oh. Oh, he did not build that stable enough. And that collapses. Team 1 has again regained control of every single base and control points on the map. That's going to set back Team 2 extremely far. And now Team 1 is just pummeling Team 2 and grinding them in dust.
Building in there and everything.
Not anymore. They have experienced the howitzer. You've got maybe 15 seconds left before these doors open.
You're gonna need to do something and something very, 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 very quickly. That's not gonna work. I think, yeah, well, 10 points left in the bag, and oh,
there it
that is
goes.
2 nukes ready to fire. They're gonna fire, and they're aiming at just as the doors open.
Oof. The nuke's going above. And howitzer?
Oh,
Kaboom.
ouch!
There it
There we
is.
go. That will be
GG. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and introduce our teams. These are players you know and apparently love. We have on Team 1 on the left side here, Felix and Kronkinator, some of the more experienced and well-known players here in the community. And on Team 2, the name that has very quickly become a favorite among everyone here, we have... Gluffy Puffy. There it is. Gluffy Puffy.
You were gonna say fluffy puppy, weren't you?
I had it reversed for a moment. I was like, wait, nope, the other way. Brain, stop.
You were going to say
stop it.
Gluffy Puffy, Gluffy.
Yes.
No, wait, Gluffy Puffy. Oh my god! I hate you so much right now.
It's contagious.
This is what was happening in my brain.
Puff Gluff Puff. Someone just casually hitting some mines and little explosion.
He put a sniper
who
down
do you
just to
think
get sniped.
is going to win? Because this is the first of the finals, so we've got the best of the best for Forge Tournament 15. What do you think we're going to see? Because obviously this is going to be... Oh, we've actually got some factoriness going down.
I'm going to go with Kronk and Felix here, at least for this match, just seeing how these builds are working out. There's a couple things worth noting, and that is the use of swarm missiles on this map. Swarm missiles are very popular on this map, however, there are places you can put them and there are places you can't put them. For example, what's happening here on the left side bottom base, the right side bottom base, you have a swarm missile on top, in the rear behind the mines, perfectly fine, it'll work alright. Now the bottom one, unfortunately, will hit the little island expansion below it, so you have to build down to the island expansion and build down far enough that swarm missiles will go down underneath it and swoop underneath. And that can be done, but then you have to build extra to do that, and that presents a little bit of a problem. Now, it's the same kind of thing that happened up top here. This top swarm missile works perfectly fine. This bottom one, you have to do the same thing to build to get the swarm missile to go underneath the center island here. Except you have a teammate in front of it, and that creates another problem. So you generally don't want to build the swarm missile right there, but they're launching at the same time. So that's always fun.
I didn't know that swarms don't hit each other.
Yes, they do not collide with each other.
But I love, like, Kronk, if he's on the bottom base on Team 1, I think he'd be getting very annoyed because he does not enjoy snipers. And they were repeatedly sniping his sort of windmills. Turbines. Windmills, turbines, same thing. We already have Team 2 going lots of nukes, though.
Indeed.
And I don't see, although there is fire beams on Team 1 already come out, but there's no anti-air, so they could hit pretty hard. Everybody's trying to come up with different ways to see fluffy, puffy, fluffy, puffy, puffy, gluffy. Oh my god.
I'm okay with this.
It's going to turn into a thing. You know that. We know what the Force community is like.
Know.
It's going to turn into a thing.
I know.
We do have a lot of snipers on Team 2. And also anti-air to boot. But here come the nukes.
Team 1's going to have to deal with those nukes. There's going to be a lot of nukes firing right now, and Team 1 doesn't have a whole lot of anti-air. That's a hit.
Oh, and there goes another one. Okay.
Yep. So, you see this giant tendril coming down from the top base over here? This is to cause the nuke to go down underneath. And I don't think it's down far enough to make the bottom nuke actually function properly. So this is why you generally don't want to build nukes that's the top
there's
base.
the fire beams coming into play now, though. Oh! A really solid hit. But here comes a nuke. That's good. Oh, God.
Uh-oh. One of the fire beams has been removed. Another one exposed. If he could snipe, it is vulnerable to sniping right now. And ooh, he protects it just in time.
A very long area now.
Yep, it's still going. That's... I don't actually think it's far enough still. But it's worth
They're
trying.
focusing on the bottom base just now, but top base managing to snipe it out of the sky. And here comes another nuke, though. Ooh, fire beam surviving, though, thankfully. And here comes the bottom nuke from the top fort. Will it get past? Let's find out. Whee!
It's just long enough, and it makes it, and that collides with the base, and good. So that is why you have to build that giant tendril there. Uh-oh. Well, there go all the fire beams for Team 1. Rippy dippy.
So Team 1's bottom base has no offensive weaponry anymore, so...
It's just gonna take beating. It's beating. Yep. That's
all the damage is gonna have to come from the bottom, the top fort now. Oh, if we could snap that, that would be good.
That would work decently well.
Hello. Base 2 is... Oh, there we go. And causing a little bit of ricochet going on with that one, but the nukes are still going to come, whether they like it or not.
Machine
Team
Gunner's
One's
doing good
base
work.
just oh.
Remember, Team 2's bases, despite them being... Yep, that's... You can't fire the bottom nuke without hitting your teammate. Team 2's bases are very aggressive. They don't have a lot of defenses on them. They are not prepared to take laser hits. Those lasers are very capable of, out of Team 1, very capable of ending this game.
Oh.
Jeez, but he's taking so much chip damage out of this.
That 4 is just getting hurt. Oh.
Oh, if only they were aiming for the economy. These builds are too aggressive. You cannot defend your economy while defending your core. It's just the nature of how they work.
Now aiming for the,
Oh,
no.
look at that.
Oh, and the drug nuke completely misses the base. And where is the plasma laser? Where's the plasma laser? Oh, he's not firing the plasma laser. Must be out of energy.
Right, so the core never took any sort of ricochet damage or anything from there, so that's okay. Oh no. Oh no.
That just made it worse. Oh dear. Ooh, but no chip damage done to the core. So that's all right. That's an alright outcome. Risky, but an alright outcome. Team 2's top base is now almost entirely out of economy. Has no wind turbines. Has been reduced to a single mine. Team 2's top player is just shy of out of the game.
This 4 is taking some amount of pounding though. Oh no. Oh no.
The whole igniting thing is not helping out his teammate at all.
Yeah.
I think he's thinking it will burn out enough, but there's just too much of a close space between them. He needs to build up that wood really quickly to avoid the nuke hitting. That bottom one. Oh dear.
Oh, that was just about the ideal outcome for that.
A lot of anti-air coming out from Team 1's top base to try and
Trying to help out his
curb
teammate
the
there.
nukes a little bit. There we go, back on the offense now to try and... there is also a little bit of strain going on there just on top base. Just a little bit of the front. A little bit of redness you're seeing here. There goes it. Never mind.
Right into the island. As I was saying, you gotta build down. That way the nuke can actually travel down far enough. Man, seeing the vulnerable top base. It's so... It looks so vulnerable to lasers in so many places, and he keeps hitting the one spot that it's not. But of course, these players can't actually see inside the enemy bases, so he doesn't know. Remember, Team 1 is going for the later game weapons here, the lasers and such. The longer this game goes on, the more likely Team 1 is to have an advantage here. There it is. Nuke can now proceed down. No direct damage onto the core.
A little bit of... Oh, that's a little fire. They took down the fire beam.
Oh, they got the door snipe on the fire beam? Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Nice.
A little bit of fire going on. Oh, Swarm's now heading back. Team 1's bottom base now been able to go a little bit on the offensive, so it's managed to get a few sneaky shots out. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that is a little bit there.
Team 1's top core cannot take much more chip damage like that. Any more hits like that, and he could just be eliminated. For as many times as you'll see these players just take hit after hit, they cannot do that indefinitely. Every time they get hit, the core does take a little bit of damage, at least in most cases.
Oh, they're focusing on top 4 now.
Yep. That's it.
And that's it.
Even if the
just have
nukes...
this little guy down here.
Yeah. If only Team 1's top base had fired at Team 2's bottom, would have been over. Alas, not quite there.
I'm not sure if Team 1 can bring this back.
It's going to be very difficult. Remember, Team 1 top doesn't have that much of damage output. He has no economy. It's really... This is just about a 1v1 and will be for the next couple minutes. And for now, Team 1 kind of has the advantage. Just because he's got a better set of weapons, or a better set of economy available to him. He's gonna get... it looks like the sniper's gonna solve that.
Oh, that was a really nice swarm hit there, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he can actually defend against
I don't
all
think
this.
he could defend against this. The double nuke. It's gonna hurt so much. And with the ally finally chiming in. And his ally has got
no anti-air.
Yeah.
That might hit... No? Didn't do actually any damage
No
to the
chip
core.
damage on the core, but it's just gonna keep coming. There's another swarm missile coming. Yep. This is landing on the economy. He's gonna take out one of the turbines.
He is upgrading a nuke.
He's gonna have to get so lucky. Team 2 has anti-air now. And that's a chunk eliminated. More chip damage onto the core. He could still take a fair few more hits for the chip damage, but it's not something he could do indefinitely. And Team 2 is now starting to pull away just by virtue of having, well, stuff. More stuff. More stuff beating less stuff. That's how that works.
Eventually, you'll have not... Oh, he's actually getting off a nuke.
And that's it.
Oh, Team 2 taking the first of the finals.
Off to round
Straight in
2.
there.
Team Gluffy
Straight in
Puffy
there.
is on match point.
Which is... They're on the left-hand side this time.
Yes. We've done a little bit of swapping around of the players here. So Team Gluffy Puffy is now on the left side. And then Team, well, Cronkinator and Felix on the right. Vanilla Large, a map known and played by everyone.
Except me. I don't like vanilla.
But it's so much fun. La-dee-dum.
Well, pretty much, we've got everybody going for almost similar things, but we do have Team 2 got an upgrade center going in.
Yeah, it's not common we see Upgrade Center first, so I'm curious to see what they do with it. But we do have a Swarm Missile Rush on Team 2, and on the Team 1 we have a Swarm Missile Rush and a Mortar Rush. So a fair amount of variety here. Swarm Rush on either side, and the difference is going to be the Mortar Rush versus the Minigun Rush, I guess? I'm guessing Minigun Rush because I don't see any other weapon options here.
I think they're getting ever so slightly annoyed that their windmills getting taken out by snipers.
So the mortars
there
are
goes
already
the
firing.
Oh. Yeah, they're basically, yeah, they're gonna send them out one by one.
Makes sense to me.
And there, the miniguns are getting upgraded, but there's just not enough anti-air yet to...
But that one machine gunner not doing anything.
It's like, I'm here, guys, I'm here, pay me more and I'll actually shoot them for you instead of shooting the birds. Oh, well, we do have the top
There
four
it is.
now adding a little bit in to keep them. And,
Oh, they're the minigunners, and that's gonna do some damage.
Then
And
doubled
the
up
swarm
with
missiles.
the swarm, that is going to hurt.
Ooh. The forward base here having two of its mortars shut down and waving to and fro just from the impact of all the bullets hitting it. Keep in mind that these minigunners are exposed and are free to get sniped. Well,
Oh,
there goes a lot of the other players' goodies.
it's like you had things, now they're gone. Oh, interesting to see an actual sort of buzzsaw coming into play in this.
I mean, it's a powerful weapon. You just have to combo it with something else.
A lot of explosions going on in this, so because of the miniguns just shredding through like everything. We do have a nuke upgrade coming in for both sides. I believe Team 1 might be slightly ahead, but only by maybe a second or two.
Well, keep in mind that one of the players from Team 1, the Mortar Rusher, has had his weapons completely removed. So he's hurting for resources in terms of economy and such. You can
here
tell.
Comes the first nuke.
Uh-oh. They were not prepared for that.
It's gonna hit.
Oh. Alright, so now Team 2 is missing his weapons because he got nuked.
Oh, and his economy just got slashed.
Oh,
But Team 1, not prepared for the retort.
rope.
Oh.
That rope
The rope
saved him.
coming in. Did.
Yes, it literally did. Ooh.
Here comes another nuke.
Shoot. Oh, he survives that. He's having a rough time there. Does the anti-air from Team 1 shut it down? The nuke struck.
Nuke is going to get in.
And that's it.
The rope's not going to save that.
You have no stability if there's nothing there. Air doesn't hold you up. So now we have Team 1 reduced to 1 player and Team 2 that you could... Oh...
Doesn't finish him off. He just takes it and rebuilds.
You have the nuke coming in. Is it going to reach? It gets taken out at the last possible moment.
The anti-air from Team 1 managing to take it out, but oh boy.
At what cost?
This is actually pretty tense. Like, I'm expecting Team 2 to win here just because of how much more stuff they have, but it's looking
You never know
it's
with
looking
this.
rough. Oh yeah. It all it takes is with drunk Nick to do something drunk, and it can end.
I mean, he doesn't have anything to actually defend against this, so he's going to either have to bear the brunt if the core can even handle it, or they hit the ground.
Well,
That
right
works
now,
too.
the core is... Team 1's core has a lot of HP, so he could take a fair amount of chip damage, but he can't take a direct hit. He has to make sure the wood is always in front of his base, otherwise he's just gonna go away. And the wood won't stay there if he's getting hit from multiple bases worth of swarm missiles.
Did he? He hit his own sniper.
Yeah, the swarm missiles did that.
Oh.
Nope. Okay.
And
Well,
it's,
that's one way to do it.
By core.
Oh, great flip there. That was like a triple flip. That was awesome.
That was brilliant.
Alrighty then. So I'll go ahead and introduce the players once more, as we have had some switcheroos going on here. We have on the left side, we have Felix and Cronkinator of Team 1. And on the right side, we have Fluffy Puffy. Gluffy Puffy? Gluffy Puffy of Team 2. This I can't even anymore. You guys are ridiculous. How do you come up with this nonsense? And it looks like we're already off to an even start. Each team has controlled one of the control points, or at least each player has controlled one of the control points per team, so it is now 2 control points apiece. And things are progressing nicely.
I can see that Team 1 does have a... They got the workshop. Is that the right word?
Workshop, yes. Well,
Team 2 has both players playing it, but Team 1 only has 1 player, but they're going for a slightly different technology.
yeah, so the the bottom player of Team 1 is going for armory. That means we'll be seeing rockets and or flak out of the bottom player here, whereas everyone else in the game has gone for the workshop, which means that they'll be fielding buzzsaws and swarm missiles.
Interesting enough, like Team 2's bottom fort just sold a chunk of wood to potentially get a little bit extra resources in order for them to advance forward.
Indeed, that's something we see a lot of. Ooh. Uh-oh. Team 1 has now claimed the top control points. All top control points are now claimed by Team 1, and that puts them in the lead at a range of 3-1. We'll see if Team 2 manages to come back from it. So Team 2 has to do something here. Team 1 just has to hold on to these points. Team 2 has to break them. And it looks like, in an interesting coincidence, they managed to disconnect each other from the pieces, the control points at the same time.
It's like, no, you shall not have that. Well, you're not having that either.
Yep, well, Team 1's not letting go. He keeps getting disconnected and rebuilding it. We'll see if he manages to change. Nope.
He's like, no.
Instant
mine.
regrab.
Mine, damn it, mine.
There you go. And now he can't break it with just the one. Okay.
Oh,
and we
there
have
we go.
EMPs coming out of the bottom player of Team 1. There it is.
Oh, uh-oh.
Disconnecting even more of top base. So top is having a real rough time dealing with the top of Team 1.
Yeah, they're going to need to do something with that. Like maybe that. Yeah, they can do that and take. Oh, there.
He's trying.
A little bit more.
Oh, and he grabs a hold of it, but for how long?
Now it's 2 apiece.
It is back to even, but just the time keep.
Yeah, they need to take one of the other ones back slightly. Do you have swarms coming in top left?
We've seen swarms in that position just about every game on this map thus far, and it's actually worked out pretty well. Mostly in ending the match. By the time that swarm has been established in just about every match, the game is already over.
Oh, some explosions going up there. Got a sniper bat. Oh, and blue taking that. Team 1 taking that. I forgot to bring this up.
Just like that, Team 1 retaking the all top control points. Again. It's just a constant back and forth of those two. The bottom have been a bit more peaceable. Both going for the more defensive options, neither being able to break the other. Whereas top
held on by the like a thread there.
Yes. Mass EMP to suppress some more, but no real attempt to try to claim the bottom, which is fine as long as Team 1 holds what they have. That they are going to be in the winning position.
Oh, here comes some swarms though, just for kicks, I suppose.
There it is. Actually doing some damage, taking out every wind turbine owned by the Team 2's top player. More EMPs out of Team 1. And it looks like we're just at just kind of a standoff here.
Yeah, like blue just has to essentially wait it out before and then. Well,
this match is on red team to do something about it, to change it, and red has been entirely unable to do that thus far.
A couple of more buzzsaws coming in. I mean, the bottom bit is got a metal shielding on it. The top bit doesn't have it. Like if they fire through enough buzzsaws, they can tear that out. Never mind. Literally, as I say that, Team 1 is placing in some metal to defend it.
Indeed. In an interesting note, Team 1 has upgraded a couple of the EMPs into dual rockets, so that's going to be some damage output. It's not been enough to break anything out of Team 2 yet, But it's an interesting choice, is now that there's actually going to be some damage to deal.
Oh. Yeah.
Any more damage like that, and Team 2 may lose access to their only control point.
You have some swarms from Team 2 going in at back there, so I'm guessing they're going to portal them out in some form.
They're going to have to be
they're not going to have much of the time to do something about it, but they're going to need to do it quick. Yeah, good couple of swarms coming in there from Team 2. They're definitely good. They don't have any windmills though to actually power the portals. That's the only thing. Will they be able to have enough for 4 portals to be in action?
No.
And 1 core?
No. 1 core does not.
Oh, is that gonna snap?
Oh, that snapped. And with it, Team 1 has claimed every control point. There is now only 20 seconds left in this match before Team 2's cores open, and we may very well see the end of the finals in just a few seconds here. Oh, this is
like
just
they've completely
destruction.
chopped the bottom port from any comeback.
Team 1
They're
is
already
just destroying
preparing to defend
everything
in
that
some
Team 2
way.
has. This is brutal.
Team 2 building.
And
that. Oh, there we go.
1 core down.
1 core down and 1 core to go. And that will be that.
Team
Team
Fluffy Puffy has been
ending.
eliminated and
GG.
takes the 2nd place position here in the Forts tournament, number 15. Under 8 minutes.
Very well played by all teams involved, and going to the very last match as well. So very much a
Yes.
fantastic thing from Gluffy Puffy, which is the best thing since in this form.
So we have our winners, Kronkinator and Felix. Congratulations.
That was awesome.